Is it working? I hope it's working. I think my mic is working. Okay, let's try and get oh, why is it like this? Oh, wrong one. Hey Maura, welcome back. Okay, let me try and link this to the new version. Let's go to my... All good? Okay, we are so back. Oh, thank God. Okay, let me now kind of link it on my Twitter as well so that people aren't like, wait, what happened? Real link. There we go. Okay. Returning after technical difficulties, we now resume our normal transition. My computer is such a potato. This isn't the first time this has happened. It keeps on happening, in fact, which concerns me greatly. And then, okay, I don't use change to an Android device, can use like console. Okay. My muscles feel like they're going to melt away any second. I should have known better. But yeah, so brace yourselves for this potentially happening again, because it wouldn't surprise me if it does. There's no way I would have the stamina needed for a long journey. Not when I have lived the way I have. What should I do now? Okay, so we get our first decision. Go back and find Theo, keep asking around, continue sitting for a while. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do that. Continue sit up and get kidnapped. I think right now we're a bit of a damsel in distress, so we're going back to find Theo, I think. I sigh. I guess there's no use in continuing to ask. I should just go back and see how Theo's luck is faring. I get up and immediately run into something solid. Uh-oh. Oh dear, my deepest apologies. Are you hurt? I peer up at the object I hit, only to find a man in a gorgeous ensemble with a twinkling smile. Oh, she's blushing, my heart. No. I feel the overwhelming instinct to curtsy in his presence, so I do. Cute. Astro, welcome. We could have met new ally with the other choices, fancy. I'm sorry, I'm not risking it. And we've come across a new love interest now, so... I feel the overwhelming instinct to curtsy in his presence, I do. I love it how there's a little movement. I beg your pardon, I shouldn't have rushed. He stays silent for a moment, and I feel the heat of his gaze on the crown of my head, and my cheeks flush in embarrassment. Long dark hair? I see you're excited, Nova. I would like nothing more than to run away at this very moment. If you'll excuse me, if I may, you have the most beautiful hair that I have ever seen. Okay, we got like a kind of prince-like vibe from this guy. Real gentleman. My cheeks burn even hotter, my eyes still cast downward. Thank you. I turn to rush off when he speaks again. May I have your name? Tabitha. The man gives me a half bow and introduces himself. It is truly a pleasure, Lady Tabitha. Please call me Hikaru. Why does this man have Riku hairstyle from Olympia Soiree? Oh my god, you're right! She did say she was inspired by Olympia Soiree, which kind of makes sense. Although this guy is supposed to be inspired from Howl's Moving Castle. That guy, I think. Wait, no, not him. The one in Spirited Away. Him. He's a charmer, he really is. But yeah, I think he's supposed to be like that guy from Spirited Away. That's where the inspiration came from. Oh, you guys are so harsh. There's nothing wrong with his ponytail. It's like the debate about Ichika from Color Malice. I've known so many people being like, I don't like her hair. It's like, okay. I give another small curtsy again, still not meeting his eyes. There's a glint to them that makes it difficult to look directly at him. The pleasure is mine, Sir Hikaru. If I may inquire as to why you are in such a hurry. It couldn't hurt to ask one last person, I suppose. I am in search of a family member, but no one has seen her. He places a hand under his chin thoughtfully. I see. Take this. He places a gold coin in my palm and closes his hand over it. If you come by the castle, I will see to it personally that you find who you are looking for. Remember, humans never help each other out of anything other than self-interest. Understood? Alarms are ringing in my head, but I have no choice but to accept his words. Thank you. Hikaru breaks his gaze. That's my cue. I hope to see you soon. He gives me another twinkling smile and disappears into the crowd. I ask myself what his motivations for helping could be when I hear someone else coming up beside me. Hey, there you are. Okay, it does need to be called no. Haku will choke us in our sleep though. Oh my god, no wonder I love him. Haku is the best. But hey, at least Peach's motherboard didn't decide to explode on her. That happened to Molly when she had to move quickly to a new place. Oh my god, that sounds crazy. Long hair is good, but if it's too thin, long slits, it's weird. You're so picky. Don't trust father. Hey, there you are. Find anything? Maybe so. Why are we here again? You said you've never been to a joust before, right? Indeed. This can be one new thing for you to explore. You said you found a lead, right? Then we can relax for a second. I suppose. It's jousting fun? See and decide for yourself. Two riders on the biggest horses I have ever seen come onto the field. One in blue and one in red. Both wear full suits of armor. Pansy cannot stop talking about the bloody ponytail. So this is just for show? Probably. There's a lot of festivals like these. And you've been to one? I've been to a few. The background art is really gorgeous. I love this color mix. Same. It's so pretty. I think there are over 200 backgrounds or something. Begin the first round. First round goes to blue. The red jouster Way! The red jouster hops down from his horse and trades with another knight wearing red. Why are they switching? Probably a competition to see who the best jouster is. As soon as you fall off once, you're out, and someone else on your team jumps in. Until there is only one man left standing. And they're using blunted weapons? He snickers. I think there'd be a lot more screaming if they weren't. What a garish sense of humour. Begin the second round. It's definitely screaming Celtic English vibes for sure. Yeah. Second round goes to blue. It continues like this for another 20 rounds, blue winning each time. It would appear that the knight in blue is quite experienced. It seems like it. It appears that our blue team has exhausted all the options from the red team. Do we have any volunteers from the crowd who would like to try? I don't know why I'm putting on this silly voice. I just can't help it sometimes. The men in the stands cheer, each begging for a turn. It's somewhat baffling. I'm still unsure what the point of the entire game is. What the point is. To display one's prowess. Wait. Protest is going to joust. Watch him silently as he leaves. Tell him to be careful. Okay, so if I protest his going to joust... Watch him silently as he leaves. Poles remind me of billiards. I've been to a couple of jousting games. They're quite fun, to be honest, to watch. Now, these three, so the first one and the last one is kind of the same. Imagine if you let him leave and then he dies. I'm scared he's gonna die. Let me save it. Oh my god. But I think I'll go for tell him to be careful. This is a stupid idea. What? Are you worried about me? Of course not. In fact, I dearly hope you fall off your horse. I look away from him, irritated. Yeah, I'm sure you'd love to see that. He walks out onto the field, pulls on some armor and mounts the red team's horse with a suspiciously seasoned ease. Now that's the kind of confidence I like to see. Let's give it up for the new member of the red team. Yay! Let the last round begin. Theo and the blue jouster rush towards each other. I brace myself for the impact. I open my eyes, praying for zero bloodshed. Both of them are still on their horses. Oh, it's a tie! What say we try again? My stomach churns. Even with blunt weapons, falling off a horse is no small injury. Even falling from the wrong angle could lead to instant death. I cannot even imagine having to go the rest of this journey alone, without someone who already knows what she looks like. Another tie. Unbelievable. We may have a new talent on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. What do you say to one last round? I grit my teeth. If this isn't simply a fluke of some kind, I question where Theo got the experience to take on this team's best rider. He certainly didn't seem physically capable of it. I brace myself for impact again and shut my eyes. I peek one eye open and take a look at the damage. The blue jouster and Theo are both still seated on their horses, now from opposite ends of the arena. Theo's lance is now broken in half. It looks like we finally have a winner. Congratulations to the blue team. Red team, you did well. And for our volunteer, was it just beginner's luck? Or do we have a seasoned player on our hands? Have a good night, everyone. Oh, cute. It's also giving medieval times where you watch a cheesy night talent show where they randomly sit you in a knight's court and cheer for them. As they would say, some people experience something called joy. Do they die this early on? I don't know. It's an indie game. Weird stuff happens. Let them joust. Medieval times are such an awkward experience. As the crowd disperses, the unknown jouster takes off his helmet to reveal a long dark ponytail. A familiar ponytail. It's the man who gave me that coin earlier. He was a knight all along. I realise now that the colours the knight is wearing are the colours of the kingdom, and it dawns on me that the jousters must all be royal knights. Theo competed with the kingdom's top knights and almost won. I'm still trying to make heads or tails of it when Theo comes back. Hey, where did you learn jousting skills like that? I didn't. We just play a similar game where I'm from. It's called transferable skills. Sorry, I squint, not quite believing him. Before I can interrogate him further, a third person pops up. I thought I'd come to greet the man who almost bested me. It is a pleasure. Theo immediately looks sour and put upon. I'm sure it is. If this isn't too forward of me, I would like to cordially invite you to join the Knights of the Royal Palace. We could use someone like you. I'm not interested. Unbothered, the knight's gaze surveys the area. Is that so? His eyes finally lock on mine. Well, if it isn't the lady I met earlier. How are you faring? I am better, thank you. Oh, it's so cute when she blushes. My heart, it melts. Itsudiku, imagine his ponytail gets caught up while jousting and pulls him. You guys are so caught up by his ponytail. Also, let me double check that the dev is still here because I haven't seen her talk. Oh, okay, she's in. She's just very quiet. Very, very quiet indeed. His gaze flickers between us. Forgive my intrusion. Have you come together? Yes. His attitude could really use some work. He is aiding me in my search. A smile plays on Hikaru's face once more. I see. And how important is her search to you, my friend? Why don't we make a deal? If you become one of my knights, I will personally fund your search and send off a rescue team myself. My breath catches. What a normal person may not be able to achieve or find, the royal knights certainly seem like they could. Theo looks unconvinced. And I am supposed to just take you at your word? Why, of course, my word is absolute. Theo scoffs. I have never known a royal to keep their promises. A sparkle of amusement dances in Hikaru's eyes. Then it shall be my pleasure to be the first. Excuse me, a royal? Hikaru bows gracefully. I believe titles are overrated, but my official title is the Crown Prince. Of course it is. Okay, I'm ready for third ally. Fancy, you're so impatient. The third one is the one I'm most curious about, actually. This man is the Crown Prince? I am having a hard time digesting this information and why the prince would be this far outside the castle. I curtsy respectfully and reintroduce myself. Theo, this is the person who gave me the coin. He said he would aid us in our mission. And you believe him? Oof, Frosty. Not only are people untrustworthy, they will take every chance they can to betray you at each and every opportunity. Yes, this may be our best chance of finding her. No one here has seen her, and they must have all travelled far distances to come to a field such as this. It would be easier if we had a team working with us. Sound and capable reasoning. I see your beauty matches your intellect. He's a man of words for sure. But I bet he says that to all the ladies. We need to date some knights. We really do. I peek at Theo, whose frown seems to be deepening by the second. Theo? He exhales, and his anger seems to fade a bit with it. Then it would appear this is our only option. I appreciate the flexibility. As a token of my appreciation, please allow me to escort you back to the castle. As a knight, you will have lodgings inside the castle, and I will make sure to arrange a room for Lady Tabitha as well. Yeah? And what's in it for you? He smiles, but something in his eyes darkens. Every now and then, I aim to do something good. Call it a balancing act. Heavy on one side, I'm sure. When do we depart? I'm glad we can agree. We will depart as soon as you're ready. As we bring our belongings to the carriage, I use this opportunity to interrogate Theo. Would you like to tell me what that was all about? Doesn't matter. We're getting what we wanted. It does, because your attitude could squander our mission. Probably Hikaru seems to be my type, but I should wait to meet everyone first, yeah? He scoffs. Yeah, right. I just glare at him. You can't trust royals. You don't have to agree with me on anything else, but just know that you can't. Father often mentioned his distrust for royals and spoke of their treachery. More than anything, he recounted stories of the wrongdoings of nobility and the amount of coin that hushes each scenario. Theo must be telling the truth. The thought makes my stomach grow heavy, and a certain gloom makes a home in my heart. People are not to be trusted, no matter what. Will the knights really help find her? I'm just really hoping it doesn't crash. Like, my streaming software has been really funny recently, so. Meanwhile, in a land not so far away. Oh, okay. A lone pirate ship sails in turquoise waters on a clear sunny day. Oh, we've got Pirates of the Caribbean going on now. This is the one I'm most excited about. Ah, I just love the taste of the ocean air in the morning. Don't you agree, Gims? Oh, Gims, he's adorable looking. Ugh, no, I feel like I'm about to hurl. Nonsense, you're just being sensitive. Walk it off. The man slaps his old friend on the back and strides casually to the helm, his sword shining in the sunlight. It's the perfect day for something new. Captain, land ho! Perfect. Pull to the shore. I have a good feeling about this island. The captain hops down from the ship and lands in the same way a cat always lands on its feet. Now, let's see what we have here. Walking through the brush of the island, he notices a trail of blood. Crew, stand back. I shall investigate. I'm having fun reading his lines out. I don't know why. It is by no means an unusual scenario. The captain put the lives of the crew and his ship above all else, perhaps even himself. Damn, instead of nights, let's stay some pirates. Walk it off. Oh my god, you guys make me laugh. Peach can't stop laughing. It's a good thing I'm not drinking wine right now. I'd be in tears. He slowly creeps around the brush to follow what seems to be friends. It's just old people always look kind of cute and funny in games. Getting closer and closer to the wounded being. There, inside a cabin on the island, lays a creature of only legend. Though the normal eye may only see it for what it is, he knew better. He holds his breath, peering closer. I thought it might be a mermaid. A Selkie. What, mate? Is that the woman they're looking for? Thus far, the carriage ride has been awkward, except for the prince, who looks out at the scenery with an easy smile, purposefully ignoring the dark aura emanating from Theo. How long did you say this ride was again? A smirk dances on the prince's lips. A simple 6 hours. Feeling nauseous? Prince Hikaru had insisted we ride in his carriage, for better or for worse. Not that I can blame him wanting to keep a close eye on Theo, who has made no effort to appear amicable. I sidle closer to the window in an attempt to distance myself from the situation, to little avail. Perhaps if I could get some sleep. Lady Tabitha, are you feeling tired? There's a bed near the back of the carriage where you may rest more easily. Oh, I couldn't impose. Nonsense! A lady must always be well rested. Here. He comes over and extends his elbow for me to get up. I love it when she blushes. It's so cute. I love the old man butler in Nido Adamino Tembi. Oh yes, he was adorable. That was such an adorable character. Well then, please excuse me. I clear my throat in discomfort and take him up on his offer. Anything to get away from that mess. I feel a hole burning into my back and shudder. I'm sure Theo is glaring daggers at me. I quickly step through the curtain away from him. Thank goodness. Thank you. It is my pleasure. Is there anything else you may need? You can rest here as long as you'd like. Oh, no, this is more than enough. Thank you very much. If you feel peckish or queasy, please don't hesitate to let me know. I'll have the coachman stop immediately. No, really, I'm fine. Thank you. It's just been a lot of travelling in recent days. He gives me a gentle smile. Awkward, I now pronounce you awkward. She just doesn't like Theo because he doesn't have a carriage like Prince Hikaru. Oh, fancy. He gives me a gentle smile. I understand. Did you travel terribly far to get to this fair? I think back to the week of travelling on foot just to get to Marina's house, and then the night I spent in the rain and mud with Theo. Just a tad, really. Well, that's a relief. Please take all the time you need. If you find yourself wanting company, please come find me. He clears his throat quickly. For conversation, of course. My heart. He disappears quickly behind the curtains. Bet against him. Better odds. I lay back, stretching onto the cool silk sheets. This is the first time in a week I've ever been so comfortable. More than a week, really. We're sorry, miss. Master said you're not to go outside at all. Why don't you go play in the yard? There's a good lass. Go on, now. There's a good lass. It's Scotland now. It's for your own good, Tabitha. You have no idea what lays beyond these walls. God, he's so toxic, may actually be. I know he just wants the best for his daughter, but he just wanted to keep me safe. Of course. Isn't that what every father does for their daughter? Maybe she holds some secret and like he doesn't want anyone knowing about it. This must be the lady they're looking for. The white-haired woman sits up with a jolt. And that is what she looks like. Where am I? Her tone was fierce and commanding as she regarded her surroundings with an untrusting gaze. You there. Her voice targeted a man of middle age in the midst of groaning while bent over the side of the ship. Me? Yes. Why am I here? As the man attempted to answer, another ball of bile formed its way up his throat. Oh, Lord. The man retches into the ocean, his face a pale green. In between puffs of breath, the man wheezes his words out. I can't do this right now, Captain. The man musters up the last of his strength, holding back a heave. Captain! Upon hearing booted steps coming down from the helm, the poor man turns his attention back to the water, fighting to keep the rest of his lunch down. What's the fuss, old man? The captain turns his attention to the angry woman and smirks. More white hair characters. He probably would lock her in a tower if he could, kind of overprotective. Yeah, I agree. Oh, our guest is awake. Happy day. Nice to see you up and alive. The woman sneers. I will ask you the same thing I asked him. What am I doing here? Her threatening tone does little to faze the young man, who breathes an easy smile. Ooh, feisty. Relax a little, will you? You're the guest of honor. The crew call me captain, but you can call me whatever you like. Savior, your grace, your majesty. Let me go. Sure. Right, after you tell me what happened. The woman doesn't budge. An impish smile plays on his lips. Touchy subject. What do you want? I can't just save someone just for the sake of it. Then your intent is to keep me here. Sin laughs casually. Hi, I'm late, so hopefully I can understand what happens quickly enough. Hi, Disu, welcome. We've just explored like some of the characters. We've met the 3 love interests. Basically, it's about this girl. Her parents die because of the plague. She's now she goes to this house that there was an address left for her to discover the first love interest, Theo. Theo is now looking for his his mum, who happens to be, I think, the main character's aunts. I think they're cousins, I'm not sure. And yeah, they're on their little adventure. Meanwhile, this is happening. I'm guessing this is the aunt, and yeah. I like Theo already. This woman might be Tabitha's mum. Or aunt. He's a ton, isn't he? Yeah. I prefer my women willing, actually. All I ask is a simple favour, a sort of trade for saving your life, yes? My coat. Oh, this? The man pulls out a seal's fur from his belt and caresses it almost teasingly. Just a token of insurance. Can't have you swimming off, right? The woman's gaze grows colder, angrier. Worry not. I don't intend to keep you here forever. There's something I need to know. It's so pretty. I want to see the background. All you need to know is Prince had a weird ponytail, Theo is poor, and this red-haired guy is a pirate. I love it how that's all you need to know. Oh, dear me. Welcome to the mainland, Lady Tabitha. He takes my hand and helps me down from the carriage. I spot Theo behind him, saddled with our baggage already. I groan internally and take my bag from him. Would it kill you to not look constipated for 2 seconds? Why do you care? He obviously doesn't. It looks bad on the both of us. Oh, I see. Well, I wouldn't mind to get in between whatever you two have going on. Don't mind me. The way it just didn't move. He huffs off in the direction of the castle, leaving me behind. He completely misunderstood me. I'm not a fool. Of course I understand his emotions and mistrust. But it's more important to keep your feelings hidden and your cards closer to your chest. Showing your emotions so openly just puts you at a disadvantage. At least, that's what Father would say. I see, Sir Theo has gone off on his own. Shall I accompany you to your room? He offers me his arm again in a gesture that seems like it is going to be commonplace between us. I take it and we head straight for the castle. As we walk, I take in the view. The clear blue sky, the grey stone of the castle steps. It was luxurious in its own way, but the energy here is different. I inhale a huge breath of fresh air, letting it fill my lungs. I never knew the air could feel this crisp. Ah, pretty house. And here is your room, my lady. I hope you find it to your liking. The room is prepared already? You only just decide to bring us along at the last minute. This is just one of our many guest rooms. They are always ready any day, any time, for any guest. Quite accommodating. He smiles. The king is a people pleaser. This castle is home to many, so he ensures great care of it. I'm afraid if you're looking for a quiet moment here, you may struggle to find it. It feels as though there is always something about. Parties, balls, soirees. In fact, I do believe there is a ball coming up relatively soon. I think I just saw his eye move. Did it move? They do blink. I feel like I thought I saw him. And I'm just like staring. I love it how they blink though. It's the little details like that, which, you know, adds that extra thing to a game. Looks like Sen's Fortress from Dark Side. I can so tell if Molly was playing this, she would like this guy too. She loves her princely characters. Girl, you've been blushing since you met this man. Maybe Molly can play this game as well. I'd like to, I'm curious to see her reaction. He's your type for sure, Peach. Very princely and a player. He sounds like a player, I mean. I think looks-wise, I like Sin most. But personality-wise, yeah, Hikaru's pretty up there. You're free to join if you so desire. I have never been to a ball in my life. Being in that close proximity to that many people at once sounds terrifying. My mind thinks back to the fair and how I barely worked up the nerve to wade my way through the sea of people. My immediate instinct is rejection, but I can hardly say no to the crown prince. I hesitate. I would love to, but I fear I may not have the time. You see? Yes, of course. The search should be your first priority. Please forgive me. I will take my leave and inform the guards of their mission. Rest assured they'll be working around the clock to retrieve your family member. He touches a finger to my forehead, smoothing it out. It would pain any man to see such a beautiful face contorted in worry, but I dare say it pains me more than any other. It's a bit sus though, like he really says this to everyone, right? I think she's called Girl Got Game. She's a YouTuber, right, Mora? He moves back again, leaving my face burning in his wake. Once you're settled, feel free to walk about. As far as I'm concerned, the castle is yours to explore. Oh my gosh, I wasn't watching live. I kept commenting on the joust. That's so funny. Oh my god, but it looked like you're commenting right now, Astro. Yeah, it crashed. My software, obviously, it always does. He starts to leave and I call out before I can stop myself. Thank you again. I will find a way to repay your kindness. I cannot be indebted to anyone. I cannot owe anyone anything. Nothing in life is truly free. Therefore, I must find a way to repay him. A knot twists in my stomach just thinking about it. Nonsense! I would have lent you my aid no matter what. I should be the one thanking you for the new recruit. I almost feel a pang of guilt. I did essentially sell Theo in return for the prince's aid. But that was his choice, so I have no skin in the matter. Not too much anyway. He disappears, quietly shutting the door behind him. I wait a couple seconds, listening to the sound of his footsteps retreating. Can I really trust him? I test the doorknob to make sure I'm not actually locked in. It clicks open. Right. Of course, I suppose he has no reason to imprison me. He did say I was free to move around the castle. It seems I can take him at his word. Go get his YouTube name, watch how we call Luli by her name. Yeah, but I also realized I was slightly off right when you were asking me. I just noticed the prince's name, Beach. What does Hikaru mean? Hikaru is like shine. Like to shine, yeah. When something sparkles. Still feeling slightly on edge, but also feeling ridiculous about it, I plop down onto the bed, ruminating on the level Theo's anger must be at. I wouldn't mind imprisonment. Oh, Astro. Sudden yandere ending. I'm sure being in the same castle as his purported enemies has done little to improve his mood. Perhaps once we both eat a proper meal, he'll realise that they are current allies. Not that I care if he ever eats again. It does not behoove me to care about his well-being at all. But for Marina, he is my only source of information. I mustn't lose contact with him. Who knows what I may need from him in the future? He could also renege on his deal with His Highness if he so pleases, leaving me stranded once again with no options. I nod to myself. Having sorted that out mentally, I'll be careful and make sure he stays where he should. I change out of my filthy, sweat-laden clothes and into the fresh ones supplied for me at the corner of the bed. Milady, may I come in? The noise startles me out of my reverie, putting me into a panic. I hurriedly tried to stuff myself into the cotton nightgown in a panic, to no avail, and somehow making things infinitely worse. The maid must hear my struggle because she barges in without permission, much to my horror. Oh, my heavens! My lady, here, let me help you. She places my arms above my shoulders and has me stop moving, neatly pulling the nightgown down in a flash. Bless her. This room is like a painting. It's so pretty. I love the backgrounds. They are just so gorgeous. He's my YouTube friend that I help as a navigator since we play along the same games like book buddies. Prince Sparkles, first of his name. Ooh, hail! I see Orion from Amnesia in that picture. I'll give him a follow since it's hard to find other Oromo content creators. Oh, I see. You're talking about the YouTuber. I was like, wait, there's where? I'm liking the elevated language as such users behove Reneja to... I don't actually know what Rene, whatever that one is. I breathe a sigh of relief and embarrassment. Is wet red. Thank you very much. Please excuse me. I promise I am capable of dressing myself. I'm afraid I may be tired from my travels. Frankly, this is humiliating. Even children can dress themselves. I must be more weary than I thought. Nonsense, this is what I'm here for, and I am always happy to help. Lord knows I have tripped over air more times than I can count. Luckily, never in front of His Highness or His Majesty. Could you imagine the horror? I let out a nervous laugh, but I can feel my face making a pained expression. Indeed, I cannot. Her gaze drops to my arm. My goodness, you're covered in filth, my dear. If I may be so bold, we mustn't let you be seen like this. Worry not. It is my duty as head maid here to ensure that all ladies look presentable at all times. That is your official head maid duty? Oh, heavens, no. However, as a woman, it certainly is. Come, we must head to the bathhouse at once. Oh, I want to go to a bathhouse. I am somewhat desperate for a bath, but my legs suddenly feel leaden, and I would like nothing more than to fall unconscious right here on the ground. I'm not sure if I have the spare energy. Those are fresh sheets, and no lady can have a peaceful rest sleeping in dirt and grime. She starts urging me toward the door. It seems I have lost this battle. I looked up the word reneger, and it means to go back on one's word. Oh, okay, interesting. Good to know. Thou, sir, hast indeed reneged. I don't even know how to pronounce that, actually. I'll need to get it on Google and have, like, the pronunciation thing. Obviously, in English, UK English pronunciation. No, I'm kidding. I just need to know how it's pronounced. And she and I have very similar tastes in men, and when we rank our favourite roots, like we were supposed to be born twins when we aren't the same age. I pick my motivation up off the floor and trudge behind her, trying to maintain some semblance of dignity. That bath! Oh my god. I love baths. The maid is happily humming as she washes my hair and rinses it out with surprisingly hot water. Apparently they have it ready for the royalty at any time, kept in a fire coal room to ensure the heat stays trapped within. The maid seems energetic as ever whilst I am struggling to keep my eyes open. Oh, cute! She's like a little mermaid herself. Man, I want friends to talk about OTOME with. I love that. I love that so much. Are you in my server? Because my server's filled with people who love talking about OTOME. Oh, dear. She is so cute. I completely nodded off and almost smacked my head into the tub. You really are tired, aren't you? I hope your health is all right. Have you considered checking in with the castle medic?
Self-voicing enabled.
Oh.
Castle maid, you really are tired, aren't you? I hope your health is
What
all
did
right.
I just do?
Have you considered checking in with the castle? The only thing that
Right, let's turn that off, because I think if you're blind, that's great, but if you're not, then it's better to read it, I think. Yeah, of course you can join the server. It should be in on my YouTube. Can someone in the server maybe put the link on the chat right now? The only thing that would be ailing me is the same disease that took my parents, but I doubt I would be so lucky as to have it. There is no way I would be permitted such an easy way out. The maid pats me dry and fluffs my hair using an incredibly soft towel, then runs a comb through any knots. Your hair is such a lovely colour, milady, like it was blessed by the moon goddess herself. The moon goddess? Yes, yes, I do recall there being an ancestor in my family long ago with colour similar to yours. Of course, family is known to embellish stories, so who's to say if it's true or not? But it's said her hair was silver because she had the moon goddess' blessing. Isn't it like a fairy tale? I'd like to think that blessing has stayed in the family till even now. After all, I'm privileged to be able to work here and live such a luxurious life. Many are not so fortunate. She twists my hair into a long braid, tying it neatly at the bottom. There, done. Would you like me to escort you back to your room? No, that's all right. I will manage on my own. Thank you. I'm about to leave when I consider I should comment on her tail, lest she think me rude for ignoring her. I am sure that same goddess watches over you even now. Even if there is no such thing, who am I to take her happiness away? The maid smiles brightly and curtsies. That is very kind, milady. I bid you a pleasant evening. I fall face first into the bed as soon as my feet hit the room and close the door. The cool silk of the sheets presses against my skin and a refreshing night breeze ruffles the dainty curtains on the window. I am too exhausted to think about almost anything, but it occurs to me that I am the furthest from home that I have ever been. I let out a small sigh of relief. Oh, so pretty. Is that his father? He's got the same hairstyle. Interesting. Like, it's great to find someone with similar tastes as you. How was the journey? Everything went as planned, father. Wonderful. Any new recruits? Yes, 20 skilled men. All have been given lodging in the barracks. The king rubs his chin thoughtfully. Good. Our numbers will suffice for now. Cancel any remaining excursions. Your new task will be training. Of course. He hesitates. If I may inquire as to your upcoming plans. Hikaru, I have told you many times not to question me. The prince's body tenses automatically as the king's voice raises ever so slightly throughout the hall. There can be no limit to military defense. Ling is in the middle of 3 neighboring countries who could strike at any time. It is the duty of a ruler to ensure his populace is safe, happy, and protected. Do you take issue with my methods? A threat is laced within his words, a fact not lost to his son. No, father, you are correct, as always. Please forgive my insolence. One day when this crown is yours, it is these lessons that you must remember, regardless of your feelings on the matter. A strong ruler leaves no room for error. It is high time you understood it. It's late. You are dismissed. Yes, father. He bows and exits as the king calls out once more. Do not forget, imports from Finna are banned until further notice. Any incoming barrels are to be burned. Yes, father. Very claustrophobic parenting. Something that Hikaru and the main character has in common. Okay, I sent my invite to the server. I can't wait to talk to everyone. Yeah, it doesn't want me to send links of auto moderation. That I tried. Okay. So it all worked out. You're in the server now. Cool. The prince sighs for perhaps the 7th time that day, as he always does after briefings with the king. But a prince can never be burdened by his royal duty, only enlightened by it. So he straightens his shoulders, puts on a smile, and greets the hall guards as usual while his thoughts drift elsewhere. I wonder how those two are faring. Aye, new recruit, what's your name? This is a nightmare. Oi, you're a weird looking one, ain't ya? Did the sun fry the colour out of your hair? I can't do those kind of accents, it's just beyond me. Theo responds only with a twist of his nose and a look of disgust. Ugh, I'm going to my room. Nobody bother me. He's like, bye. Aw, you offended him. Would you lay off the new folk? How am I supposed to know what's offensive these days? Young whippersnappers. Finnegan, you're the same age as us. I'm still oceans away in intellect from all of yous. From all of yous! Only if you mean oceans behind. Ah, who's sensitive now? They're all bickering amongst each other. Oh, this is an interesting... I like the warm lighting reflected on things. I could kill Tabby for this. He chews the inside of his cheek, irate. But I can't leave her here alone. Damn it. He punches the cement wall, unflinching. Why is all of this happening? I tiptoe around the corners of the castle hallways, familiarizing myself with the location should anything go awry. I woke up far too late from my nap, and things in the castle have quietened down considerably. Not enough to be executed for wandering after dark, but enough to warrant scrutiny if seen sniffing where I shouldn't. The painting of a couple and their child catches my eye. I pause. The boy has violet eyes and raven hair. This must be a royal family portrait, so this must be... Even as a child I can easily recognize his features. I have never seen a painting of the royal family in colour. All the books are always in ink, black and dreary. This painting alone, rich in reds, purples and blues, must have cost a fortune. The king and queen hold their child in warm embrace. My abdomen fills with bile despite myself, but I care not to pinpoint the root of it. None of that matters to me anyway. I hasten to move on, yet my eyes linger. It resembles a scene out of a fairy book. The queen's eyes stare back, kind and affectionate. I look away. In a slightly more sad mood than before, I go back to tracing my fingers along the stone walls, counting 1, 2, 3. Every hallway has been around 100 stone bricks long, large, rough, and cool to the touch. I imagine it gets quite cold in the winter without proper insulation. I lose myself in my thoughts, walking mindlessly. I spot an open door with a single candle burning and peer in against my better judgment. Potions, baubles, hordes and hordes of well-worn books are stacked over a large desk. I love these backgrounds, like what the hell? Perhaps a study of some kind. I swipe my finger on a book, expecting some dust, but it comes off clean. Someone must be in here every day, poring over all this information. Can I offer you some assistance? Oh! I leap back instinctively, wide-eyed. I do apologize. Please forgive my intrusion. I was just on my way to my room. Oh, he's attractive. Who's he? Who is this gentleman? I pause, seeing the man laugh light-heartedly. There's no need to explain. This room is open to everyone, though it is a tad late. As a night owl myself, I'm afraid I have no room to judge. I nod awkwardly, finding myself trapped in conversation. Not many come by here, however. Those who can read are few and far in between, and even less care of my book's contents. His demeanour seems inoffensive, and he's left me a clear exit path to the door. I slowly unclench my muscles and let the air properly exit my lungs. I stabilise my breath and curtsy, as is proper of someone of my station. I beg your pardon for the intrusion. Please call me Tabitha. Hotaru, do come by any time. So is he like the younger brother or something? Because like Hikaru, Hotaru kind of, you know, linked in a way. Because Hotaru is firefly in Japanese. And obviously Hotaru's Hikaru, you know? He eyes me with a hint of curiosity. I'd be more than happy to explain whatever catches your fancy. I look around the room of perpetual disarray. What kind of books do you hold in your possession? This is my study, a room of alchemy, medicine, and other things I find of interest. I look at him questioningly. Nothing of consequence. I'm the castle alchemist and medic. I've the bad habit of using the study and the treatment room interchangeably. Do excuse the mess. The maids certainly let me hear it on the daily. I can only imagine the gargantuan task of sorting this mess, but I hold my tongue. I am more concerned with the alchemy he mentioned. You are an alchemist? Indeed, I am. Trained by the very best, in fact. Interesting. I should probe for more information. Runs in the family, I suppose? Couldn't say. Never met either of my parents. The previous alchemist took me under his wing since I was but a babe. Are they related? They both have white hair. Hers is more like purple tone, though. I see. I am sorry to hear that. It's a boring tale. I am not the first, nor shall I be the last to be an orphan. He leans in closer. I'm more interested in you. Do tell, what requires your presence in this castle? Are you perhaps here to see His Highness? Is there a reason that is your first guest? Guess, even? He seems to think about his reply before he speaks. Not really. His Highness is just known to enjoy his visitors. It's quite obvious what he's implying, and I care not for it. I wanted to say, is that Theo thinking it's like the Mad Hatter from Hikaru that changes from child to man day and night and nobody can tell it's the same person? Oh, as in like this could be Theo? That'd be funny. Well, I'm certainly not one of those. Of course, I didn't mean to insinuate otherwise. He pauses, intentionally leaving a gap for me to fill. No matter, it costs me nothing to divulge some information. I arrived with one of the new nightly recruits. A personal matter requires my stay. Is that so? How kind of His Highness. He seems to consider this for a moment before he changes the subject. You said you were interested in alchemy. I have a certain amount of knowledge provided to me from the books Father gave, more so than any novice. I've dabbled in the study. Is that so? If you would have me, I would be more than happy to help you continue your studies here. I hadn't expected him to offer to teach me so quickly. Still, I would be remiss not to take him up on his offer. Would that not interrupt your schedule? It's been strangely quiet around here these days. I should think it would be fine to add a little something extra to my days. I hesitate. I want to, but I cannot risk the ire of His Majesty if this is a forbidden subject. And it would pose no issue to the king to teach me such a powerful magic? I don't see why it would, but it doesn't hurt to ask. My apologies for making you go out of your way. I wonder if we're going to be spending most of this like in the castle or whether we're going to be traveling again. Is this the half route? What do you mean? I want to practice, but not at the risk of my head. Not at all. I shall have your answer in the morning. Thank you, truly. I hear the clock strike again. It's already been an hour. I should be off. It's quite late now, and I'm sure you have matters to attend to. He laughs. Not at all. Please do come by any time. I nod somewhat sheepishly. I will do my best to stop by tomorrow morning. I curtsy and take my leave. Oh, I do like these. I know I keep on talking about the backgrounds, but it's because they're so pretty. An unexpected interaction, but not unwelcome. If I can study alchemy under Sir Hotaru, I may figure out what happened yet. Though the bell tolled 1, fatigue refuses to take me. I think on what I should do next. Okay, right. So, find the night barracks, is probably Theo. Take a walk outside the castle. Could be Sin, unless Hikaru has gone on a midnight walk. Keep exploring inside the castle would probably... Oh, but it could be like a danger thing, where if you take a walk outside the castle, you get killed, and that's the end of that. I know what indie Otome games are like. They have options like that. Let's save. What would I do? I would keep exploring inside the castle, personally, because it's fun. Let's take a walk outside the castle. If we die, we can just come back. Just in case this is Sin's route. Or not Sin's route, but is likely to take us that way. I should familiarise myself with the outside of the castle grounds too. It is never a bad idea to know all escape routes in the event of an emergency. I breathe in the salty ocean air from the bottom of my lungs, inhaling fully. Ling is large enough that the true smell of the sea never quite reached my village, a scent I've only read about so far. It is even more wonderful in person. I take another deep breath, feeling the wind in my hair tickle my neck. I head down to the dock from the stairs leading up to the castle. I watch some herring gulls fly off into the sky, cawing in the distance. I wonder where they could possibly be going. I wish I could go with them. I breathe again and close my eyes. I feel strangely at ease. The closer I get to the water, the better I feel. I run my fingers through the lapping waves below the dock, the water cool to the touch, but still somehow warm and inviting. He would have never let me come here. No, why would I think like that? I yank my hand out of the water. It was for my own safety. Feeling sick to my stomach, I head back up the stairs to the castle. I mustn't let these thoughts get the best of me. Somehow, I end the day with less energy than when I was traveling. There is certainly something to be said for mental exhaustion. I awake to my first official day in the castle. The sounds of the gulls call me back to the dock, but I cannot afford leisure time right now. I wonder if Hotaru has obtained permission yet. I make my way down the winding hallways, stopping once I find the study room. Sir Hotaru is at his desk, glasses perched on the tip of his nose, completely lost in a textbook. Sir Hotaru, may I come in? Lady Tabitha, what a delight to see you. His face perks up as he comes over to greet me. Were you able to get permission from His Highness? I was. I regret not informing you immediately, however. It occurred to me that I had no idea as to the location of your lodgings, and asking a maid about it seemed improper. I nod awkwardly. Please forgive my error. I am currently in the West Wing. I stop myself short, angry at myself for revealing my sleeping location without thinking. I mean, what's he gonna do, Tabby? Like, what's he gonna do? Oh no, it's half an ending is what it's. Oh, I see. I see what you mean. What's a half an ending anyway? Okay, so it's been an hour and 45 minutes or so. Time's gone by quite quickly, actually. I tried to steady myself. I have no reason to be afraid. There are guards in the castle, and he has been nothing but kind thus far. Oh God, what have I done? Oh no. Here we go, let's pick history. I tried to steady myself. I have no reason to be afraid. There are guards in the castle, and he has been nothing but kind. I stopped myself short. What have I done? Okay, I must have thought I skipped something. I hadn't. Anyone can seem kind until they aren't. Be wary of wolves in sheep's clothing. I keep waiting to run into the terrible, horrid things Father warned me about. That's a dev question. Yeah, where is the dev? I thought you'd be here. I keep waiting to run into terror. The fact that I haven't run into anything too bad yet scares me more than anything. Too bad yet scares me more than anything. Ah, so it was the West Wing. If you ever need me, I stay in the 7th room in the East Wing. Thank you, I will keep that in mind. I breathe a sigh of relief. We've exchanged equal information now. She's so suspicious. I mean, I guess it's because of her father, but... Information is power. The more you have, the easier it is to overcome any opponent. Each piece is worth its weight in gold. Not that I want to believe Sir Hotaru could become an opponent, but... Shall we get started, my dear lady? If you will. Wonderful. Where shall we start? The basics? I have the basics covered. I am more intermediate, if anything. I'm afraid I learn best by doing. Is there perhaps a current experiment you're conducting, or research into a new spell you're performing? All this advice also is giving men are wolves type of deal too, yeah. Sorry, I was gone for a little while trying to figure out. Oh, okay. Well, welcome back. He frowns, a mix of emotions on his face. There is one thing, but it's nothing fun. In fact, it's rather deadly. The less people know of it, the better. Oh, I like this music. It would cause certain chaos amongst the populace. What is it? He puts his glasses down and looks at me gravely. There has been talk of people falling suddenly and deathly ill. Have you heard anything? I have not. What do you know? He nods, putting his glasses back on and flipping through some books. It seems to be a new disease, and I love how Tabitha's like, no, I don't know anything about that. Her parents said she died because of it. The manner of contraction is currently unknown, and the affected populace have nothing in common. It is occurring in patients, regardless of status, station, and location, making it exceedingly difficult to identify a root cause. Once contracted, the disease progresses in only a matter of days. The affected are dead within a week, with a 100% mortality rate once symptoms appear. This is shocking and concerning, to say the least, if that's what happened to mother and father. Oh, okay. Surely it must be, right? Like, a 100% mortality rate? What are the symptoms? Contagion rate? There's been an array, coughing blood, vomiting, headaches, paralysis toward the later stages. I've never seen anything like it. The fact that there's currently no treatment, nor cure, is harrowing, to say the least. What do you do with those affected? It's all we can do to quarantine them until the clock tolls. He sighs heavily, flipping through another book with a stern focus. I'm searching for a cure. I shall not stop until it is done. As I said, it isn't light work. Let me help. My knowledge resides more in holistic medicinal herbs than alchemy and transmutation, but perhaps if we combine the two. His forehead relaxes a bit. Is that so? There may be hope yet. I'm more of the alchemic sort than medicinal herb sort, so we may actually make the perfect team. A team. What should I do? I will show you all my findings and then cover the trials on my specimens. I've taken different samples of biles from the bodies and put them in a control room to see if the disease progresses even once the host dies. That sounds gruesome. Performing autopsies is certainly not on my list of favourite things. We spend the next couple hours going over tried and failed treatments, basic medicines, salves, bloodletting, none of which have managed to cure, ease symptoms or halt progression of the disease. This is going to be difficult. I've been at it for months, with little headway. It hasn't spread through the kingdom yet, but we will all be in grave danger when it does. Your Highness. He's called Henri. Where is the young lady you were with this morning? Lady Tabitha? I imagine engrossed in her studies with Hotaru. Studies? I approved her to learn alchemy. Fun, isn't it? It certainly sounds so, Your Highness. Is His Majesty aware? If it matters, feel free to tell him. Not at all. Forgive me for intruding. Have a good day, Your Highness. When did the first case appear? Why is this song creeping me out? It's giving creepy. Probably why I like it, actually. 3 months ago, the first case was a knight from our cavalry. He came back from Finna and immediately fell ill. Their entire populace is rotten with it. It being the disease? He nods. It's certain from where he caught it, but how remains a mystery. It happened right when His Majesty first declared war. We should have never stepped foot in that cursed land. I stare at him. The kingdom is at war? He gives me an odd look. You didn't know? There was an entire proclamation. I have to go. Don't get the black lung. Love. Oh, Astro. Well, it was nice having you here, and I hopefully will see you again. Bye. Oh, and thank you for reading my book. That really meant a lot. Just before you go. Bye. Okay, sus man is sus. I stay silent. The one where no ordinary citizen is to leave Ling for any purpose, save for those with special permission from His Majesty? So we are not allowed to leave? Not at the moment, no. Not that anyone has much reason to leave now anyway. Though I'm sure it puts a damper on things for those with family elsewhere. I feel sick all of a sudden. I scratch at my head, trying to relieve the pressure that feels like my skull is caving in. I'm sorry, I'm not feeling too well. Oh my god, has she caught the plague from the ocean? I'm sure I just need to rest, so I'll see you in the evening, or whenever I next see you. I can't even think clearly enough to give a proper excuse, but I need to get out of this increasingly small room before the walls close in. Hi Nanda, welcome! He gives me a concerned look, but I run away faster than his voice can reach me. I've never felt like this in my life. This frustration, the bile in my throat. I could vomit, but nothing comes. I feel trapped, confined, the entire island a cage. I exit the castle swiftly, desperate for some fresh air, anything to take this feeling away. I skid to a halt when I reach the dock, glaring into the horizon. The endless, ever-expanding horizon where I cannot go. I want nothing more than to plunge into the sea and never come back. I thought I could finally... Why am I still confined? Why must I still be beholden? When does it end? When does it end? I'll let you travel with me when you're older, Tabitha. No, you're not old enough yet. You know this is for the best. I dropped to my knees, clutching the sides of my face. I can't describe what's coming over me. This feeling of being crushed from all sides. I can't breathe. Hotness pricks at the corner of my eyes for the first time in my life. I must be crying. I have never cried. Never. Not once. I didn't think I was capable of it. I have wished, begged I could. Only now does it come. A tear falls into the water. I swallow a lump in my throat that refuses to move. Hi, Hikaru! Welcome! Yeah, I know. Super exciting. I saw a teeny bit of your stream when you were streaming it, but... I swallow a lump in my throat that refuses to move. How can I cry over this and not them? Those women were right. A monster. What are you doing? Aww. The last person in the world I want near me right now. Of course. I quickly turn my face away from him, creating a curtain with my hair so he cannot see me. I do my best to speak normally. Just enjoying the sea. I put on a brisk, irritated voice, hoping he'll just go away. What do you want? Instead, he crouches closer and speaks in a tone softer than I thought him capable of. I love this game, it's such a fairy tale. Yeah, it's so sparkly as well. Who did you end up liking the most? Hey, what's wrong? I wish he hadn't said that. More tears spring to my eyes, spilling over, making the hair on my face sticky and damp. It doesn't matter. I'll be fine. The prince came by during training today. I don't respond. He wanted to update me on the search. Do you want to hear about it? I hide a sniffle with a cough, still trying to preserve whatever dignity I have left. Yes. The search team may have found evidence of her whereabouts. They found tracks on the far side of the island. It seems like she's not there anymore, but they're following a trail amongst the heather. I try not to get my hopes up. Do you really think they'll be able to find her? Why was she even on the other side? It's not even walkable terrain. Let's just take it day by day now. We're lucky they found something at all. Prince Hikaru is my favourite. He's my man. So far I think Sin's my favourite, even though I've only seen like a teeny snippet of him. But I guess this kind of thing is what they're best at. It's almost evening, by the way. I coughed through another sniffle. So it is. Are you ready to head to dinner? My treat? I look at him, blurry-eyed, disbelieving. Are you mocking me? No. I hate it, but the pigs compensate pretty well. Guess it pays to be a dog. He seems sincere. I wipe my nose and dab any remaining tears on my face with my sleeve, trying to compose myself. Alright, I have to go set up for dinner, so bye for now. It's been fun. Okay, Maura, well thank you for coming by and hopefully I'll see you again. See ya! Thank you. I'm sorry. What was that? I shan't repeat myself. Let's go. There's hardly enough meat on those bones to train with those bears of nights. I have no idea what your diet consists of, but it must change immediately. Hurry. He lets me lead him away from the dock, dragging him inside the castle. I hardly notice that the tear stains on my cheeks are now dry. They made you lift boulders all day? Yes, feeling bad about what you signed me up for? Not particularly. You should hope I don't put those same boulders in your pillowcase tonight. You have no idea where my room is. He frowns. I'm sure I could find out. Good luck with that. And what have you been doing all day? Twiddling your thumbs and counting your lucky stars that they don't allow women in the cavalry? Although maybe they should, considering the strength with which you keep kicking me. I glare at him. I'll have you know, I'm not simply wasting my time. It doesn't matter and he doesn't care, but I have never had anyone ask about my day, albeit rudely. Perhaps it's okay to share a little. I fill him in on what Sir Hotaru told me, including the war proclamation. I already knew. Then why did you not tell me? Were you planning on leaving the island? That doesn't matter. If you knew, I'll tell you everything from now on. I regard him untrustingly. How can I take you at your word? He sits back in his chair and sighs. I know the disease you speak of. My eyes widen. What? How could you? What do you know? He hesitates, giving me the same untrusting eyes as when we first met. It doesn't matter if he doesn't trust me. I need to know. I have to. Theo, if you know anything, you must tell me. You swore it. What do you know? Theo, please. What do you know? I shake him until he responds. If he knows anything at all, then... This like ringing noise. It's the Black Plague. So it's the Black Plague. With like boils the size of apples and all of that. I roll into my side for the 10th time in a row, Theo's words replaying in my mind. No one knows how it started, but in my travels, the villages I saw, one by one, the people's health started to decline. No one ever recovered. He clenches his fist. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. I don't know what's afoot here. I can't always keep you safe. Fear starts to worm its way into my heart, but I am desperate for answers. My parents. I have to stop it. If it can't be stopped, I must. The Black Plague. Why is it happening? Where is it coming from? It doesn't match the symptoms they had, but diseases can react differently in different people. It's also confusing. There must be a pattern, some reason that this came about. I have to figure it out before even more perish. I know not why I even care, but something nags at me, telling me to help, insisting that I should. I toss and turn again, unable to get to the root of my unease. I fall into a restless sleep. She was crying. I stay silent in my bedroom, miraculously empty of other nights. Somehow it seemed worse to acknowledge her tears, so I didn't. I only know a little of her situation, probably more than she does. So he does know her. I'd heard whispers of what happened, but never the entire story, not until recently. I have a niece, you know. Interesting. I was not interested at all. Yes, about your age. But she is not here. This caught my attention. Then where is she? She smiled sadly. With him? That doesn't sound good. So her father's not a great man? It doesn't take a genius to put the pieces together. She hasn't mentioned a thing about her family since we met. Whatever happened, a cornered animal has nothing left to do but bite. A grim part of me wonders exactly what happened before she got to the cottage. I awake after another night of poor rest. I must find out more about where the plague started. I decide to go talk to Sir Hotaru about it. But first, I should apologize for my behavior yesterday. He must think me an overly sensitive fool. Sir Hotaru. I pause at the sight of the prince and Sir Hotaru together, feeling like I've walked into a situation most uncomfortable. Your Highness. Lady Tabitha, luck must be with me today. My lady, how are you? Better, thank you. Am I interrupting something? Perish the thought, I was just on my way. Hotaru, good work as always. My lady, a pleasure. He takes my hand to his lips, completely at ease with the fact that we have an audience, and exits. Sir Hotaru gives an awkward cough. At any rate, how can I help you? I decide to pretend none of that happened in front of him. I want to do more research on the origins of the plague. Is there anyone we can extract this information from? Anyone who may have even the slightest clue? The only thing that comes to mind is going to Finna and to obtain information from the source, but as you know, that's not currently a possibility. But if it's like for potentially saving the kingdom from peril, then surely. I would have loved to follow the fallen knight's trail there to search, but alas. What about the knights that travelled with him? Where are they now? They may know something. Let us check the barracks at once. I think back to my last experience there. Loud, noisy, and stressful. Nothing about it incites me to return, but I have no choice. All right, let's go. I see it is as loud as ever here. Sir Hotaru has to shout to make his voice heard above all the noise. I wince at the sound of the swords clanging, growing ever closer, wondering where Theo is. How can he live in this cacophony? We are here to meet with Sir Peter Lind's acquaintances, if any. Do you know where to find them? The second he mentions a knight's name, silence befalls the barracks. Eerily so. Ugh, I'm not doing this on my break. Finn! An older knight who was sitting at one of the tables comes over, the sound of his armour heavy and thick. Huh? What's all the fuss about? Hello, Sir Finnegan. Did you happen to be an acquaintance of Sir Peter? Yes, sir. Might you know anything about the disease that afflicted him when he first started showing symptoms? Anywhere he may have contracted it? The man racks his brain for information. Peter was sent a special envoy to scope out the land before the war. Soon as he came back, said he wasn't feeling too well. No doubt 'twas from Finna, place reeks of rot. Went to check on him later in his room, but he was already gone. I see. Do you know which region they went to? Southern. They don't receive trade boats on that side, and was easy to gain access to the land. I'm afraid that's all I know. Has anyone been in his room since? No, milady. That room's as good as cursed. No man ventures there. Figures. But there's no such thing as curses. Only things that some are too foolish to understand. I'm about to say as much when Sir Hotaru whispers in my ear. Better for them to think this way, lest we frighten the populace. Understood. That room is better off closed until we can gain more details on the nature of this curse. Agreed. I doubt there's anything left in there now. We thank you for your time, Sir Finnegan. The knight nods his farewell, returning back to his table, and the sound effects of the armor makes me laugh. It's so good. Sir Hotaru smiles at me calmly and extends his arm. Shall we? As we walk away, he keeps his voice low. I kind of want to see what Tabitha's wearing, because she's got a cute little dress, presumably. We need access to that room, but there is little chance we get it the honourable way. Indeed, it appears not. I can really think of only one way we could gain entrance to that room, and it's by proxy. I hesitate to use him, but Sir Hotaru seems to have already read my mind. How's about we use your knightly acquaintance for some research? Sir Hotaru and I sit back at the study, a spread of books on every medicinal herb known to man's blade before us. Oh, what have I done again? I keep on doing that. I hesitate to use him, but Sir Hotaru seems to have already read my mind. And then something happened. Any specific reason? Oh, it's this. I see that you did not speak lightly when you mentioned being experienced in holistic medicine is what I missed. I look up at him, but only for a moment. Something in my life required it. He nods silently, clearly thinking of possible scenarios in which I would need to have this much knowledge. I doubt he will arrive at the correct answer. When do you need me to speak to him? Sometime tonight would be best. See if he can sneak away during training tomorrow. The men are always outside during the day. One would hardly notice him poking about. Tonight then. I have to meet Theo for dinner anyway, especially seeing as I now have new information to share. So it's very much like trying to investigate. I guess we're going to be, I don't know if we'll be exploring like different parts of the castle and stuff. That would be cool. The fleeting worry that he could fall ill crosses my mind, but I've not heard of any sickness that remains deadly after so much time. Any stagnant air should be well out of the room by now. A second thought crosses my mind, one I dare not speak aloud. I know not yet if Sir Hotaru can be trusted, and it's accusable of treason. If I tell him I find it strange that disease struck at the same time as the proclamation, and he tells His Majesty, I try to put the thought out of my head. Occasionally, simple coincidences do occur. It could be that this is all this is. My thoughts are interrupted by a knock on the door. I'll get it. Oh, it's this weird head guy. I love it how so many of the characters, I'm like, oh, he's a cute love interest, or he could be a cute love interest, and him, it's like, silence. But I think I'm going to leave it there because it's kind of past the 2 hours that I usually spend on these things. Yeah, it's a shame that it kind of, how to put it, crashed midway, but I think we got a good feeling for what's, like, how this game is. And so far it feels very, like, fairy tale vibes, very shiny and pretty, and I don't know. Yeah, he has funny hair. But I think I'll end this stream here. I'm looking forward to playing the rest of it. I can't wait to go down the character routes and stuff. If you end the moment I come on. Oh, Keiki! Okay, fine. I will stay a little bit longer just for you. Okay? Right, okay. So, a man I have never seen before sweeps into the room unabashedly. Hotaru, I'd heard you'd made a friend. Happy to see you cooped up in here with a live specimen this time. Thank you. To what do I owe the honor? A simple check-in on the research. I trust you are making progress. A humble amount, but still making headway. But I trust that with Lady Tabitha here, our fortune will turn. You guys are like, how's your day been, Keiki? The man looks at me for the first time, his eyes lingering on my hair. It appears that it already has. The man bows at the waist with a casual smile. Henry, castle advisor and His Majesty's right-hand man at your service. Do forgive me for not greeting you earlier. Tabitha, a pleasure. The pleasure is all mine. Lady Tabitha, do tell me, what interests you so in our research? I have finally met someone suspicious of me, and here I thought the castle only bred the trusting sort. Before I can respond, Sir Hotaru surprisingly jumps to my defense. Lady Tabitha possesses extensive knowledge on holistic medicine and treatments. She is more capable than most, and far more intelligent than even more. I'm disinclined to part with such an asset. He says it calmly enough, but it's evident he wouldn't put up quite the fight if I told him I could no longer participate. Busy, I had 3 sessions that I just finished. Oh, how are you feeling? That must be really draining. I smiled to myself, even if it's simply for selfish reasons. It is nice to feel wanted. Perhaps he can be trusted after all. Also, FYI, Keiki, this heroine is also a Pisces. Which is why I think the game is on sale right now because it's Pisces season or something. I don't know. Just March. Well, actually, it's not Pisces season anymore. But like when you think of Pisces, it's like in March. So perhaps he can be trusted after all. I would never ask you to part with such an esteemed colleague. I was out of bounds. Neither of them say anything more, and a certain tension fills the room. Well, I should be off, so do continue on uninterrupted. I assume you are not close? Henry is the most trusted advisor of His Majesty. And to you? To me, he is my superior. Eccentric though he is, he managed to convince His Majesty to fund all our research here. I can't say much of his personality, but his business sense is sound. How charitable of him. Does he visit often? Almost never. This was quite the rare occurrence. He looks at me from the corner of his eye. Certainly he was intrigued that my new colleague so happened to be of the female variety. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to spend more time with the other love interests. Is that just me? But I am the impatient type, so I am the main character. I think you're cuter than Tabitha. Tabitha is so like tun. I love the watercolor vibes of the art style. I know, and the backgrounds are so pretty as well. That's fair enough. Not many can read, and it's near unheard of for a woman. Yes, well, I just happen to have a lot of time inside. Not much to do except read at that point. I change the subject before he can prod for more. Do you possess any books on wild herbs? I should like to make a list of potential antidotes. I agree. Where are the other love interests? They teased us at the beginning, and now they're teasing us by providing us with a character that is not a love interest. There's few already in the study. The rest are in the library. I will warn you, it's quite expensive. It would take a normal person months or even years to sort them all. I have nothing but time now. I better get started before I meet with Theo later. That's all right with me. I'll be off then. Please excuse me. Yeah, based on her sprite, she does give more closed-off vibes. Yeah. A cure, you say? Yes, Your Majesty. Rest assured I am watching with a close eye. An interesting development, to be sure. Do keep me updated. Of course, Your Majesty. The king dismisses his advisor, shifting from a powerful demeanor to an exasperated one, and begins massaging his temples preemptively. Bring forth my son, please. You called, father? Yes, I hear you are the reason for our esteemed guest in the alchemy room. That is correct. And pray tell where our guest hails from. She is the family of one of the recruits, father. She has shown prowess in healing and medical knowledge even, as reported directly to me by Hotaru himself. Surely you can agree that she could only help the cause, father. The king sighs and presses his fingers further into his skin. I shall request that you do not bring in anyone else without my permission. Prudency in the midst of war is of the utmost importance. Not everyone is trustworthy. The prince says nothing in return. Dissent will not be tolerated. Have you completed the assignment I gave you? Yes, father. The king looks at his son somewhat dubiously. The king is evil. He must be, right? This is where he's the reason why the plague is the thing. Yeah, based off her sprite, she does give off more clothes. Yeah, she's very, like, paranoid. Finally, some good news. That will be all. If I may inquire, father. My migraine is starting to return. Remember what I said last time, or have you already forgotten? I remember. Yeah, Hikaru is a love interest. I feel like he is going to bring more guests. Yet here you are. Yes, however, you are dismissed. The prince closes his mouth and grits his teeth, unable to say anything more. Yes, father. I see children are the same at any age, sire. The king rubs his forehead, still trying to massage away his headache. It would appear so. Yes, the Liku clone is. I feel like he's like Liku. I think he looks more like the character from Spirited Away, though. Prince Liku. Doing as I'm told is the only option. Don't ask questions, don't make comments, just follow orders. That's all. Why am I making things hard on myself? Ah, Your Highness, is now a good time? The prince unconsciously mimics his father's weary expression as he regards his longtime confidant. What is it? I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but I do need to bring to your attention. The prince stifles a sigh. Is this about the bull? I'm afraid so, Your Highness. As you know, it will be required for you to select a fiancé soon. His Majesty is intent on your selection of someone of noble blood. Please do try to keep this in mind. I have notes on all of the princesses if you wish to see them. Oh, so we're going to get some forbidden love because he isn't allowed to be with a commoner such as ourselves. That could get interesting. I reckon maybe even one of the bad endings could be like she's his side piece. That would be interesting. I think the dragon guy name is Haku. Yeah, that's it. That's his name. Please do try to keep this in mind. I have notes on la la la. I have no intention of selecting anyone right now. You know this. Yes, well, I know this, but His Majesty is a whole different matter. Please, Henry, just give me a couple more months, at least until the upcoming expedition is over. The advisor sighs, relenting. As you wish, Your Highness, but you are putting me in most difficult position. Haku equals Riku. Yeah, I see what you mean, actually. They do kind of give off similar vibes. I love him. Yeah, he's your favorite, isn't he? I know. I'm sorry, I just need some more time. The prince leans against the wall, exasperated. Being born with a silver spoon means never wanting for food, shelter, or material items, but it comes with its own set of rules and requirements. As a royal, he has never been given a single choice of importance. His entire life mapped out for him. His schedule, his marriage, his rule. But at least he gets to pick a princess, right? Rather than, like, just be given any old one. Oh, I love a forbidden love trope. You know it's gonna be bittersweet. For all the things he has, the things he truly wants have always eluded him. FGO, what's that again? Yeah, I do like a slow burn romance. In the back of his mind, the image of a moon-haired girl creeps in and announces, ooh. I haven't been able to shake my thoughts of her at all. Oh my god, he's blushing. His thoughts return to the ball, and he laughs humorlessly. Just another fantasy that will never come true. Royals do not have the privilege of choice. I'm headed towards the library when I see a group of guards coming my way. I don't really feel like having to deal with the knights right now, so I quickly duck inside the nearest room. I'm waiting for them to pass by when a voice from behind me startles me. Lady Tabitha? I'm happy we're finally getting some love interest action. Huh? I whip around to see the Crown Prince himself leaning against his window with a bewildered expression. Out of all the rooms, I beg your pardon, I seem to have made a very wrong turn. Wait, it's alright. I don't mind visitors. Oh my gosh, she ended up in his room. He laughs. Not if it's you, my lady. The inside of my head is on fire with embarrassment. Hi, Bunny, welcome. It's very much giving Bridgerton season 2 vibes with Anthony needed a Viscount of Viscount. Oh yes. Yes, that was fun. And seen soon after, this is my favourite. You must be talking about this one. Still, I beg your pardon, I shall take my leave immediately. He catches my hand. Please, don't be frightened. No, I'm not afraid, but this is His Highness's private living space. A normal person should absolutely never be in it, other than maids and servants. If this isn't the room you're looking for, allow me to escort you to the correct one. Where were you going? The library, Your Highness. Again, my deepest apologies. Cute. With the prince and I walking side by side, the maid's heated whispering commences. I am sure to become the victim of rumours most uncouth. I sidle close to the wall, trying to avoid as much eye contact as possible. May I inquire as to what is so interesting in the library? I aim to read some of the books for research, Your Highness. My hope was that some of them may shed some additional light on the sickness. Hard at work, I see. Have you taken a proper break since you've come here? It feels like I've been doing nothing since I got here. I assure you a break is most unnecessary. Is that so? I was hoping to use that as a reason to take you somewhere. The prince is someone I have a very difficult time saying no to for some reason. Oh my god, they're on a little date! I'm so glad I continued now. This is getting like... It would have been sad for you to miss this. I hope you can forgive me for dragging you out like this. It feels like we haven't seen much of each other lately, though we both reside in the same castle. It is rather a large one. Indeed. Now that I'm alone with him, the urge to ask about the search festers in my stomach. If I may ask, there wouldn't be any updates on the search, would there? Unfortunately not. You would be the first to know if there were, I swear it. Yeah, because he has a pretty face, pretty better hard to say no to you. You're so right. Of course, thank you. I really do appreciate it. My impatience gets the best of me, I'm afraid. Oh, I don't think there is anything wrong with that. It shows how badly a person wants something. It shows passion, emotion, and feeling, does it not? I never really thought about it that way. I suppose it does. We paused in silence for a moment. Were you very close to this family member of yours? I can hardly refuse him information when he's exclusively funding the search. I open my mouth to speak, but the words won't come out. It seems I'm not ready to share much after all. She is not my mother's sister. Oh, she is my mother's sister, my aunt. We have never formally met. He goes quiet. It sounds like a very difficult situation. He takes my hand and gently caresses it. I cannot claim to understand what you are going through, or claim to know the solution to your pain. But please never feel as though you have to do it alone. He looks me directly in the eyes, sincere. My door is always open. He's blushing. All I can do is not. These two are so cute together. I want to see how she is with Sin as well, though. Here we go again. It's been an uneventful week, all things considered. Why do you doubt he will help find her aunt? Because he likes her too much? I've been holed up in the library, painstakingly combing through every book available to me. I've brought my theories to Sir Hotaru, who is keeping potential treatments in the apothecary. Unfortunately, without a live specimen to test said treatments on, our research has hit a pause. Especially since stepping out of the border and treating a Venerian is out of the question. He wants to keep her in his castle. He wants to find the aunt so that he can get the aunt to stay in the castle so that then she will stay. But it appears to me that the worst thing you can do to her is stop her, or like not allowing her to do things because she's got like that kind of trauma almost. Unfortunately, without a live specimen said treatments on, research has hit a pause. Especially since stepping out of the border and treating a Venerian is out of the question. So lately, out of pure boredom, I've taken to aimlessly watching the knights practice. The barracks are loud, but I've slowly become accustomed to it. The loud noises still strike fear into my heart, but it's preferable to burning all the library books out of frustration. The barracks are even more bustling than usual today. I spot Theo at the other side of the yard and walk up to him. Theo? Tabby. This is as good a greeting as either of us has ever managed. What's going on? I don't know. Apparently His Royal Highness is starting us on some training regimen today. He snarkily emphasizes the prince's title. To his credit, his hatred of royalty has not wavered in all our time here. Oh dear. What is the training for? The war? No. I'm sure it's just for fun. Obviously, it's for the war. I question why I even bother with him. Well, do hope that you don't go and come back with the plague. See if I'll come to your rescue. Didn't you take some kind of oath to rescue every patient with the medic? Every patient, yes. Not rats. They're dynamic. Oh my god. We haven't seen Theo in a while. And then now he finally appears. It's true that at the beginning there was so much of Theo. I lift my nose in the air and leave the compound. Surely there must be something better to do than this. I head back to the castle and notice that the hallways are also more crowded than usual. How strange. Have I forgotten an event? I'm in the midst of following the hustle and bustle of the staff for answers when I am assaulted with overwhelming energy. Love the banter. There's just so much back and forth with them, isn't there? Lady Tabitha, oh, I was looking for you. It's the maid I ran into the ballroom the other day. She seems as energetic today as ever. Letitia, you are looking for me? Of course, my lady. Tonight is the ball, the one the Crown Prince himself invited you to. The ball. I had completely forgotten. Sir Hotaru didn't mention anything about it either. He usually keeps on top of the schedule. I've hardly slept from excitement. Oh, please let me prepare you for tonight. We only have 6 hours before it starts. Oh my gosh, do we get to see like a really pretty version of her? She's already pretty, but you know. Only 6. Just go with it. Go to the library instead. Only for it. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna be the beautiful princess. Let's save though. Hey Krabby, welcome. I love it how like the moment I'm thinking, it's about 15 minutes ago, I was like, okay, it's the end of the stream, and then everyone starts turning up. It's so funny. I sigh. I suppose I could use this opportunity to scout for more information. The guests at the ball should be arriving from all over the country. Who knows what new information they may have? Well, all right. It would be ungracious of me not to go after all His Highness's hospitality. Got so many H's. Letitia squeezed in excitement. Oh, wonderful. Come this way. I vow to make you the prettiest dame there. No one else will hold a candle to you. Mustn't you get ready for the ball as well? Please, I can be ready in 2 bells flat. Besides, this is a status ball. I don't recall ever having read about status balls, though I am loath to admit it. A status ball? You haven't heard? It means all His Highness's marriage prospects will be there. This is going to be fun. Every lady who's any lady will be in her finest gown, jewels, and shoes to ensure that they're the next queen, of course. I seem to be late every time. Marriage already? Isn't he a bit young? He's already hit the age His Majesty was when he wed. I heard talk that His Majesty is quite unhappy with how long it's taking. I'm sure His Highness is under a lot of pressure. Lo, I feel bad since you wanted to leave. I mean, I didn't want to leave. I've just felt like usually when the chat is quite quiet, it's probably like time to go. I don't know. That's how I always kind of gauge it. Unless it's like 3 or 4 hours and then, you know. In 2 bells flat. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Letitia sighs. Poor thing. I can't imagine not having a choice in who you love. I may have lived a sheltered life, but I am more than aware of royal status and the rules that accompany it, especially in Ling, where only men and women of noble blood can marry into the royal family. Yes, it does sound rather unpleasant. I suddenly feel very sorely for the prince. No doubt the pressure to marry so soon is taking its toll on him. I wonder how he really feels about it. Okay, less talking, more dressing, chop chop. I don't have any more time to think because Letitia whisks me away faster than 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. And a little bit here and a little bit there. Oh yes, this is good. I would be an amazing lady in waiting. Would you like to become one? I don't remember reading anything about maids being incapable of being lady-in-waitings. Theoretically, it should be possible. Oh, I'd love to work my way up, but as you know, there are no princesses in this castle. Nor a queen. I remember hearing the news of the anniversary of the queen's passing. It happened before I was born, but Ling has a day of mourning annually even now. I have no idea what kind of person she was. I've never heard the prince mention her. Perhaps it's too difficult for him to talk about. How did she pass anyway? Well, I was only a babe back then, but from what my parents said, she suddenly took ill and passed within a night. Tragic, really. His Majesty never took on another lover, and His Highness grew up without his mother. We maids dote on him because of it, especially the older ones. Impossible not to, really. He's too old to be my son, of course, but I respect His Highness all the same. He's always kind, remembers our names, and even petitioned for permission for us servants to participate in castle events. His Highness is sure to be a great king someday. That is indeed admirable of him. Royals do not regularly care this much for their staff. How unusual. Perhaps he feels close to them than most others since they treated him well. I think back to the maids at my home, who only reported to father if I did anything out of sorts. I don't think they felt any type of warmth for me. Huh, done. What do you think? I picked it out myself at the shops, courtesy of His Highness, and I want to see her. Can we see? She stands back, clasping her hands. I want a CG of her standing there in front of the mirror. I want to see the dress. I'm sure we'll probably get a CG of her dancing with Hikaru or something, but I wonder what her ball gown dress looks like. I know, right? Because she's so pretty, I just want to, yeah. Though now that I think about it, maybe I should have gone with blue after all to match. Before I can inquire as to what, pray tell, I would be matching, she hurriedly waves the thought away. Matters not. Whatever you wear, you'll be the loveliest lass there, I guarantee. Really, you flatter me. I am ordinary at best. I have never received this much praise in my life. I spend most of my time avoiding mirrors as much as I can. I hardly know what I look like anymore. The art is really pretty, right? It's just so sparkly and dreamy. Until now, no one has ever commented on my appearance. I have no idea if I fit the standard of beauty or not. Mother had black hair and father was brown. I never understood why mine was different. Sometimes I wondered if that was why my mother was always quiet. This is where she's like a changeling or something. Now I feel even more bad because I gotta go now since my dad... Okay, Keiki, well thank you for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you again though. See ya! But yeah, what if she's like a changeling or something, where she was like swapped? I tried to change the subject of my appearance immediately. I am sorry I cannot help you prepare for the ball as well. I am afraid I do not possess any skills in style. I like pretty things, of course, but any item I had quickly became lonely in my room. I was the only one who ever looked at them. Not at all, this is just my calling. It's what I love to do. I'm even compensated for it as a maid. Well, I suppose that's true. Exactly, it's the people's tax money to boot, so it's almost like charity if you think about it. I'm not sure I follow the logic, but I'm not going to tell her that. Allow me to return the favour somehow. Is there anything you need? You know, actually... This is so pretty. I love dress up any day, and she is very pretty. Any dress will look good, yeah. Definitely will. I really enjoy seeing you all the time, Pichu. You're too cute, Keiki. See ya! Never thought of that. That's a good thought. What, the changeling thing, yeah. The ambiance is certainly something else. An extremely lively scene plays in front of me. One where I'm not quite sure where I fit in. Letitia, I don't know anyone here. Perhaps it is best I head back. Never, you look beautiful. Friends always start off as strangers. That's quite a nice way of looking at it. So every stranger you come across, you could become a friend with if you choose to do so. So do enemies. That's a frightful outlook. Most will never be enemies. She takes my hand and pats it. I'm here with you. Come. She drags me off to a part of the room separated from the rest. If you find yourself peckish, the plates are here, served fresh by the cooks, delivered upon request. I'm not feeling very hungry. All I feel is a queasiness in my stomach that won't disappear. Where is that man you wanted me to talk to? Oh, Nolan! Over there, with the short brown hair. The handsome one in the blue outfit? Oh, she's trying to matchmake. Handsome? I'm not sure we have the same definition of the word. The one speaking to that knight over there? I stop myself. Why would knights be here? I find myself unconsciously looking for Theo, wondering if he may be amongst the sea of faces. I don't see him anywhere. They always come as required by His Majesty. It's for safety, but nothing ever happens. Every stranger is dangerous until further noticed. My favourite scene is coming. I love a good fangirling. I'm really excited now. More importantly, yes, Nolan is the one speaking to Sir Leonard. I think it was. What did you want me to do again? She fidgets with her dress nervously. I just want you to test his loyalty for me. Oh, is that something that requires testing? This is my first female acquaintance. I have no idea if her behaviour is usual or not. I feel I've caught myself in the midst of unnecessary shenanigans. It does, for women like me anyway. I'm plain looking, so I have reason to worry. Oh, I disagree with her, but I hardly think she would listen. Men these days are hardly loyal. It feels like they're always waiting for something better to come along. She sighs. I loathe to do this, but I did agree to a favour. A mistake I shan't be repeating. I'm squealing over here. Controversial opinion. I'm not a fan of OTOME games where the main character and other female characters look better than allies. I wish the guys were my turn in this game. Wait. Oh, so you prefer it when the love interests look better than the female characters? Oh, plain. I know, right, Krabby? I just walk up and introduce myself? Yes, I want to gauge his reaction. Alright then. I wade my way through the crowd and curtsy to this so-called Nolan, trying not to seem suspicious. Excuse me. Good evening. A pleasure. How are you doing this fine evening? I feel terribly awkward. To my ears, the words come out stilted and unnatural, but he doesn't seem to take notice. He answers me brightly and kindly. I am well, milady, and to whom do I owe the pleasure? I am simply a guest of His Highness, Tabitha. A guest? I beg your pardon, milady. He quickly bows and introduces himself. What brings you to the castle? Some overly complicated matters, nothing of interest, I'm afraid. And you? What service do you perform here? I want nothing more than to leave this conversation immediately, but I've lost sight of Letitia. I can only hope she comes and rescues me from this suffering soon. I am one of His Majesty's personal staff, a role which I am honoured to fill. Now, Tabby, you must ask him if he is single and see how he responds. However, I can still perform tasks for guests, so please feel free to request anything of me if you so need. Common requests include more bedding, fresh clothes, extra food at dinner. He coughs quickly. Not that you need more dinner, my lady, just if you so choose. I laugh in what I hope is a polite manner. Not to worry, I understand. I am indebted to you, sir. I've forgotten his name already. Oh, milady, there you are. I breathe a sigh of relief. The torture is over. I don't understand where the test of loyalty was. Tabby is terrible at this. I've been looking all over for you. I nod quietly, already putting distance between myself and the man. She pretends to only now notice his existence. Oh, Nolan, I didn't see you there. How are you? Can't complain. I see you're already acquainted with her ladyship. Letitia beams. Of course. I arranged her entire outfit tonight. Wow, you did a wonderful job. Both of you are positively glowing. She flushes a dark red and stammers. Not at all. I simply threw this on. She spent an extra 45 minutes primping. She looks down at her feet and quickly mumbles, "You look charming as always. Anywho, must be off. Come along, milady." Yeah, the Tabitha looks so beautiful and Eliza out of her league. I see what you mean. I do think the dev really cared about the main character, so it makes sense why there's been so much effort put in on her. Totally called her out. She whisks me away before he can finish his sentence. Phew, my heart is absolutely pounding. Did he pass the test? Yes, I think so. He was kind to you, which is good, but he also didn't ogle, which is even better. He even complimented me. She seemingly calms down from the high and looks at me soberly, sheepishly. Do you think me awful for testing him? I do not think allowing someone an opportunity to show their true colours is a bad thing. Father said that if they thought they wouldn't be caught, most would do abhorrent things. I knew you would understand, lady. I'm truly blessed to meet your acquaintance. If only you were a princess, I would have vowed to be your lady-in-waiting in a heartbeat. Instead, I shall vow to protect you from the wolves out there. Fear not, my lady. I can always tell a good apple from a bad one. I shan't let anyone undeserving stay by your side. Whoever you fancy will have to be a fine, fine man to pass my tests. Who I fancy? It's not like I've never entertained the thought. In good fairy tales, everyone gets married and lives happily ever after. But those are fairy tales. My life certainly doesn't fit the description. I have never ever seen a happy marriage, nor heard talk of one in real life. Jesus, that's depressing, isn't it? I cannot even be sure love truly exists. The wolves. Yeah, because they're all wolves. If it did, I wouldn't even know where to start. My lady, you came after all. Oh, this music. Oh, it's so perfect. It's a pleasure to be here, Your Highness. I assure you the pleasure is mine. Would you care for a dance? I've never actually danced. Don't worry, I'll lead. He places a gloved hand in mine, positions me just so, and leads us to the dance floor. I'm certain people are staring, so I furiously stare at the ground. I have never danced even once in my life, and now my first time will be with His Highness. I never understood the meaning of dancing, or why people do it. I have never seen anyone else dance either. I think she is not sure since I let Hikaru, get out of here. Do you not want Hikaru? Oh, I've never seen anyone else dance either. Yes, finally a CG. I was hoping for one during the dance scene. Just then, he spins me around and my dance twirls out beautifully. Oh my god, they look so cute together. Oh, look at her hair, it's so sparkly. I like how like the background is all because obviously like they're dancing and moving and stuff. Oh my god, so cute. You like Theo more, Bishonen? It does feel rather exhilarating. The wind tickles the back of my neck as it ruffles both our hair, and I work up the courage to look directly at him. You say you have never danced, but you're a natural. That is surely only because you're doing all the hard work. He spins me around again. I beg to differ. I beg to differ even. Sorry, my English sometimes goes a bit lopsided. I had no idea her hair is that long. Wow. Gorgeous. So cute. He looks directly into my eyes and I avert my gaze again. Maintaining eye contact with him is akin to staring directly into the sun. He bends down, whispering into my ear over the music. You are the only reason I looked forward to tonight. Thank you. Oh, my heart. The tips of my ears burn. You shouldn't tease, Your Highness. And if I'm not, this is giving like Bridgerton, you know? He pauses. You shine the brightest in this room. I only wish I could have come as your partner tonight as well. Now I'm sure he's just saying things. I know that wouldn't be possible. The crown prince must be the most eligible bachelor in the kingdom. If he were to accompany a woman to any ball, unwanted rumours would be certain to fly. Worse still, if the woman is of non-noble blood. Thinking about it sets off a twinge in my stomach. The music stops, I pull myself away, curtsying. Thank you for the dance. I do believe I see there is a line and wait for their chance to be with you, Your Highness. I enjoyed our time together. He opens his mouth to say something, but I leave before he can. Oh, the yearning! Oh my god! I'm gonna have to message Keiki saying that you did play this game. Oh my heart! Those sweet words mean nothing. I can't trust the prince. Oh my god. I see your mind is set for Theo. It really is like Cinderella. Some things cannot be changed. Your Highness, about our discussion earlier. Henry, I'm not in the mood. I understand, however, I must ask. Did any of the fine women catch your fancy tonight? No, I keep saying none of these princesses. He stops himself. One woman caught my eye, yes. Splendid. His Majesty will be most pleased to hear of this development. You used to court so many, then suddenly stopped. I was certain you must have fallen terribly ill, but His Majesty was worried you'd fallen in love. The advisor chuckles to himself. Don't worry, I told him that wouldn't be possible. In all the years I've known you, you've never been seriously taken with anyone. Ah, I do make myself laugh. Your Highness? The prince has stopped paying attention. Oh, yes, he is sorely mistaken. I am well aware I have no say in the matter. Having true feelings would be foolish at best. I know, such is your burden to bear. I am truly sorry about that, Your Highness. Henry's tone was uncharacteristically sorrowful. I personally am against it, however. Current laws dictate. Yes, I know. I know. Oh my god. And then she runs away and leaves the glass shoe. Poor Henry. Throwing my money at this game as we speak. I know, that was so cute. I need to literally like clip that bit just to put it on so that everyone can just immediately, maybe I can put a timestamp like, you've got to watch this part. Oh my god. I don't want to finish it here, but I feel like, okay, maybe that seems like a good place to stop. No, we need to continue playing a little bit more. Okay, right. Sigh, that all lasted longer than expected. Worst of all, I got sidetracked and barely made any progress on the research. No, it's 12. That was my favourite part, that dance. It's so cute. I wonder if Sir Hotaru had more luck tonight than I did. And what makes me laugh though is you've got like Hikaru that's madly in love with Tabitha. You've got Theo that's like grumpy but still clearly cares for her. And then like this whole time she only really cares or talks to Hotaru, who isn't even a love interest. And the magic wore up. Oh, of the common route. I'm not done with the full game yet. Oh, I see. How much longer is there until the end of common route? Would you say, Jitaru? At least until the sword ally comes. I like Sin the most visually still, though. I wonder if Sir Hotaru had more luck tonight than I did. The events of the day replay in my mind until the exhaustion takes over. Another day, another book to research. Another day, more research. No. What do you mean, no? Wrong. This was a dead end too. What is happening? What's she doing? 2 months have officially passed in the castle. I've pored over every book in the library and studied to no avail. There must be something I'm missing. Oh! Sir Hotaru, medic, you're needed right away in the infirmary. Sir Hotaru and I exchanged looks. Right away, Lady Tabitha, come with me. Coming. Oh, this is very exciting music. What's going on? We arrive at the infirmary, which is really just a different section of the dining room, to find multiple maids, servants and nurses huddled outside the door. What's going on? This man, he went to his village doctor complaining of a cough and a fever when he suddenly collapsed. His doctor brought him to the castle, but I've never seen anything like this before. It seems similar to that other night. She frantically looks from me to Sir Hotaru, biting her nails. This isn't good. All of you, clear the way. You there, I'll need 2 masks, and prepare garments for spillage of any bile. Garments? Wax robe, gloves, cane, and a mask filled with a certain concoction of herbs. Trust that it is all necessary. Never touch any infected specimen with your bare hands. He looks me square in the eye, his expression grave. This is potentially very dangerous. Are you sure you want to come inside? I refuse to be cowed. Please, hand over one of the garments. A nurse brings over the items and we get ready individually. Oh, here we go, we're dressed like the plague doctors. I'm looking at... Is his name Nathan, the guy with the sword? I don't know. I just know Sin, Theo, and Hikaru. There's no need to change out of your current clothes. Just putting this over them should be enough. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. I can hear the man starting to stir from inside and open the curtain with a gloved hand cautiously. I am immediately taken aback by the ghastly sight. This is likely the worst case I've ever seen. Cough, cough, Hello, sir. What is your name? I can't breathe. The hacking cough gets louder and blood spurts out of his mouth. Sir Hotaru shudders beside me, but his face remains calm. Here, take this cloth and press it against your mouth. At the very least, we can staunch the blood like this. I need someone to open all the windows in the castle immediately. We must, to purify the air as quickly as we can. If this is contagious, breathing in stale air could doom us all. Bring in the doctor that brought him here, and anyone in his vicinity. They will be quarantined until further notice. We must prevent this from spreading. Why not bring in plants to speed the purification of the air? He nods, still holding cloth to the patient's mouth. As you say, any recommendations? I tried to think back to the texts I've seen recently of herbs that are likely to be on hand. Rosemary, lavender, basil, mint. I assume those are kept in the kitchen? Yes, they are, milady. I tend to them every day. I shall bring them over post-haste. The maid scurries off quicker than a mouse on the hunt. When were there plague doctors in this game? I guess because it's like the plague, and so now that... Oh my god, his eyes blink behind the mask. That detail. The dev must have done a lot of research for this game. I believe she did, yeah. I think you're about 2/3 through the common route. Okay. If you are tired, I actually feel like this is a good stopping point. Wow, I've continued now. With that taken care of, let's begin the examination. You're sure you're alright? It's alright if you're afraid. The last thing we need is you taking ill. I would never forgive myself. And I think His Highness would kill me. He mumbles the last part, so I don't quite catch it. I decide it's not important. Thank you, but there's no need to worry about me. I didn't fall ill, even when mother and father did. Though I wish that I had. I reckon she has some special powers and she's not gonna fall ill. And then who knows, maybe her blood is what helps cure the plague and they all live happily ever after. I'm joking, all speculations of course. Yeah, but like the story is going to get crazy now. It feels that way, doesn't it? Then let's begin by evaluating his lymph nodes, under the jaw, under the armpits, chest, abdomen, in addition to the groin area. He makes a face. Indeed, my favorite. What is this? Everything is swollen. Judging by the amount, I'd say he's in the end stage of the disease. I take a look at the man, swimming in his own bile and blood. It's a horrific sight, and I feel sorry that he's in pain. However, mother and father didn't look like this. Was it not the same disease after all? How much longer does he have left? Assuming we can't heal him, I bite the inside of my cheek. Difficult to say. Different bodies succumb at different rates. Judging from his condition, a week at most. Is there nothing we can do for him? He looks at the man and sighs heavily. Oh my god, real. The common chapter ends on a cliffhanger. Ooh. People are going to die. Oh, you know it. They're going to be dying left, right and centre. We can make the passing easier for him. Is that really all we can do? If I may be so bold. Sir Hotaru immediately closes the curtains and motions for me to keep my voice low. Go on. Rather than just waiting for him to pass, what if we tested our theories on him? This man is as good as dead anyway. Anything we could do at this point would only help. You wish to experiment on a live specimen? He had better not let anyone find out. Just let me check one thing. He opens the curtain and taps the patient on the head, trying to get his attention in between the coughing. Sir, do you wish to live? Please, help. He quickly closes the curtain again. Well, that's good enough for me. You? I nod soberly. That's where they get you to buy the full game. Yeah, exactly. It's a clever tactic. And she is in dire need of the money, so a necessary one. I nod soberly. Good, for his treatment, then. A patient came in today with the plague. I'm not surprised. It was only a matter of time. True. I pray he responds to the treatments we're providing. We? Sir Hotaru and I? You've gotten awfully comfortable here. What are you insinuating? Nothing, but if the shoe fits. So what if I've gotten used to life here? At least I'm doing something. All you do is train all day. And have you forgotten whose fault that is? You signed my rights away for a search and rescue team, which, I might add, still hasn't found her. Clearly that doesn't concern you anymore. How dare you? Of course I'm concerned. It's all I can do in the meantime to do this research. Then when does it end? None of this can last forever. Eventually, the search team will give up, whether that's tomorrow, or the week after, or a few months from now. What happens when they don't find her? I don't want to hear this. As long as the search continues, I can hold out hope. Once they come back, if they come back empty-handed, I don't want to think about it. No. The reason I've been working so hard, the reason I meet with Sir Hotaru every day, the reason why I spend countless hours in the library. I know it's just a distraction, to pretend things are fine. I cannot fight like Theo. I cannot find her on my own if the search team cannot. I'm useless. Familiar thoughts creep back into my head. I have never been good enough for anything. Not enough for mother to speak to me, not enough to heal her, not enough for father, not enough to find her sister on my own. I can't do anything. Hot liquid spills down my face and I immediately turn away. Tabby, don't worry, you'll be rid of me soon enough. I shan't ask you to stay here anymore. You can leave. I'll search for her all on my own. I can find her on my own. I certainly don't need you or any frivolous team. I can do it alone, like I always have. I don't need anyone, least of all you. Aww. I run off before he can say anything else. I cannot bear to hear anymore. It worked on me, I bought the full game. Damn, my girl using a sick patient as a lab rat. I mean, if they're gonna die anyway, right? Damn. That is not how I wanted the conversation to go at all. Why is she so difficult to talk to? And I still can't tell her anything. Bye-bye, Theo. We have a patient in the infirmary with a disease, Your Highness. It appears to be the same one that afflicted the knight. Do you have any idea how the man contracted the disease? Unclear. However, we were able to glean from his family that he'd recently been to Finna. Finna, even though there is a ban. Indeed, once we properly heal him, we can punish him. But for now, wow. Never mind the punishment. This is the second case of the disease that comes from Finna, correct? The second case in Ling, yes, as you know, Finna is riddled with the plague. Something strange is brewing there. I should find out what it is. Lady Tabitha would certainly be happy to hear that. She's been aching to go to the source itself. Is that so? He smiles to himself. It would appear that we are on the same page then. I haven't spoken to Theo in a week. I hear the knights mention his name from time to time, so I know he's still around, likely only to make me feel guilty. It's clear how little he thinks of me. Nothing's stopping him from going to go search for her either. I sigh. Are you alright? You've been sighing for a week straight. Honestly, Hotaru should be a love interest at this point. Like, he appears so much. He could be like the colleague trope, you know? Have you been eating properly? Are you saying I look ill? You know that's what I meant. I sigh again. I'm fine. The experimenting is likely just getting inside my head. Since the fight, I've only focused on my studies. And if you think about it, she only met Theo like a few days before they arrived at the castle, which means she's probably hung out with Hotaru more than she's hung out with Theo, hilariously enough. Damn, big time skip in 1 week. We've managed to keep the patient alive thus far, but his condition is far from stable. I've asked myself why I'm even still doing this. It's clear it's not the same disease they died from. But Theo said she was also looking for the answers. Marina. I wonder what kind of person she must be like. The only family I have left. My hope in finding her has begun to dwindle day by day. It's a miracle that he's stayed alive this long. I'll say, he looked to be on death's door when he arrived. Which of the experiments do you suppose is working? I'm not sure, but we can rest assured that whatever it is doesn't seem to be contagious. Then it must be internal. Something that attacks from within. We'll treat him until he's well enough to give us proper answers about how he took ill. If we could get permission from His Majesty? Sir Hotaru looks at me over his glasses. My lady, you know that's not possible. Yet. It's not possible yet. If we make a breakthrough in this case, he could allow us to go. He sits back in his seat, deliberating. Perhaps so. At any rate, the goal is to heal the man. They're going to need him to be so before they try to torture information out of him. Only if he refuses to speak. I nod sarcastically. Reassuring. Healing wounds of a torture patient sounds like torture in and of itself. I'd rather not if it can be helped. I focus back on my studies. If the illness attacks from within? I'm still going over possible sources of the plague when I hear footsteps approaching. I tuck myself away out of instinct. It's not like I can't be in the courtyard, but it feels strange being out in the open. Remember, he has extra screen time in True Root, but only a little. Oh, I see. I see. I see the prince walking the king, just out of earshot. His Majesty seems to be in a very rare good mood. Henry tells me someone at the ball caught your fancy. Oh, we're talking about the ball again? I hear the prince sigh heavily, wearing a face I've not yet seen. You could have just asked me directly. Yes, well, I've been very busy with certain matters, what with the war going on. Trifles, really. But do regale me with a description of her. What is she like? Oh no. Oh no, here we go. I shouldn't be hearing this. I tuck myself further away into the bushes. You're interested in such a mundane topic? Colour me surprised. You're my son. It's only natural. Why, when I met your mother? The king's face lightens for the first time. Oh, so he was in love. He reminds me now of the portrait I saw in the hall. It was like seeing the world in a brighter colour for the first time. It wasn't exactly love at first sight, but once we got to know each other, she consumed my every thought. He sighs. I only wish that you got to know her as well. So please, humour me. It's not anything serious. I'm sure she regards me only as a person of convenience. Surely you are mistaken. Every woman in the country and beyond is clamouring to be your bride. The stack of marriage proposals I received this morning alone. You're the crown prince, for Christ's sake. But isn't that the crux of the problem? Those women wish to be with the title, not me. The king ponders for a moment. At the start, perhaps, but in time you bond, you establish trust. Theo is so bae, honestly, he ended up being my favourite. Oh, did he? And hello Heather, welcome to the stream. I think he's interesting, but like, I think looks-wise, he's not my type. But I am interested to see how he goes. And this is squash. Do you know what squash is? But how can trust be established if intentions are impure from the beginning? He's bringing up some good points. Surely, father would agree. Hikaru, you cannot view potential romantic partners this way. Not everyone is out to get you. Perhaps I've been too hard on you. What say you to a vacation? The prince waves him away. I don't need a vacation. What I need is someone who'd choose to stay with me, regardless of my royal title. The king stays silent for a bit. Sometimes we must do things not for ourselves, but for others. For the greater good. The prince hesitates, lowering his voice. I find myself craning to hear his next words. I wanted to ask you about something. Go on. The law states only royals and nobles may intermarry. Why is that? Hikaru, do not tell me that girl you fancy. Don't be ridiculous. I simply have a friend who fancies a girl below his station. The king grumbles but responds. That law is there for a multitude of reasons. Commoners could never understand the nobles' plight, and vice versa. They aren't well educated, have horrific table manners, improper speech. Not to mention it would hardly be beneficial to marry one. Commoners marry for love, we marry for strategy. Occasionally, we get lucky. He pauses a moment. Some are not so. Every move you must make as king must be strategic, not out of self-interest. He stops and looks the prince directly in the eye, his face stern. There is no good in marrying a commoner. Sooner or later you would come to regret it. Tell your friend I do not wish to hear such a ridiculous question again. Of course, father. Now, do not misinterpret. This isn't to say one cannot court a common woman. In fact, they... Oh no. I'm guessing he's going to be like, they're good to, keep your bed warm. That's what he's probably going to say. They've gone around to the other side of the garden, out of range. I come out of the bushes gingerly, making sure no one sees. Squash, something like American Kool-Aid. I don't think I've ever had Kool-Aid, but basically it's like a syrupy like cordial, and you mix it with water and it turns it into a flavoured drink. If you like giga angsty romance, you'll end up loving him. Oh, it's angsty, is it? I feel like everyone here's like, angst. Yeah, like Krabby's like, angsty. So, he has a woman he fancies. Of course he does. It would be impossible not to, what with everyone throwing themselves at him. I should put more distance between us from now on. Oh, my heart. Later that night. Been here all day, have you? I jump at the sound of his voice. Me? No, I was in the library all day until now. He eyes me, clearly amused. Strange. I could have sworn I heard some rustling in the bushes earlier here. He leans down close to me, his breath tickling in my ear. I do wish you had said hello. He noticed. Either that or he's baiting me. I decide to lie. Well, if you had come to the library, I would have certainly greeted you. Oh, she's a smart girl. I do enjoy angst. Don't worry, you aren't missing anything with Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid sounds like medicine. He laughs and lets it go. I'll have to remember to stop by next time. I wish he wouldn't. I don't think I'd be able to get any studying done. May I sit? I nod. I actually wanted to speak with you. Is there something that you need, Your Highness? Hotaru mentioned you were interested in finding the source of the plague. I've seen the great work that you've done in the infirmary, and I was wondering, would you like to come on an expedition with me? I am taken slightly aback. An expedition? Where to? Can I trust you, my lady? Of course. Finna? My eyes widen. But the proclamation? I know. But there's something that's been bothering me. I must go and see for myself. I hardly know what to say and end up stammering out an excuse. So what could happen is he then gets ill and then Tabitha helps cure him. Can you tell I like coming up with random stories that may or may not actually happen in the game? I hardly know what to say and end up stammering out an excuse. Wouldn't it make more sense to take Sir Hotaru? I would certainly rather go with you. You play too much, Your Highness. On my honor, I am telling the truth. He takes my hand. Will you come? I struggle to look at him directly once again. The courtyard feels incredibly hot all of a sudden. I will. He smiles warmly and places a kiss on my burning cheek. You have made me the happiest man in the world tonight. Henry will be looking for me. I should go before he actually finds me. I shall let you know as soon as we can leave. Good night, my lady. Too shocked to respond, I just nod, watching him leave. What does Kool-Aid taste like anyway? A few days later, I'm taking a morning stroll when Letitia spots me. My lady, have you heard the news? Letitia, what's happened? For a second, my hope soars that the search team has returned with good news, but she wouldn't know about any of that. My heart sinks back in its place. His Majesty, he's made the final move in the war. He's sending the knights out into battle. I do hope they'll be all right. I've heard terrible things of that Finna. Like you said, medicine, sugar water. It's making me curious now. She nervously chews on her hair, looking off into the distance. What? When? That's the worst part, my lady. They're leaving as we speak. I beg your pardon? I run. I run as fast as my feet can take me. I have to catch them before they leave. They're not here. Where are they? Did I miss them already? I can't pause to take a breath. The only other place they could be is... Oh! I hear the clomping of 100 horses before I see them. When I arrive, an endless number of knights march before me. Excuse me? I cannot gain the attention of any of them, and I can't find Theo anywhere. The prince must be leading the knights at least. I run my way to the front of the line. Oh dear. The line feels like it stretches on forever. Every face looks the same. Yeah, they do actually. My reflection in their armor stares back at me, worried and frightened. Finally, I spot raven hair amongst the crowd. Your Highness, wait! Lady Tabitha, what are you doing? Hold on. He grips my waist and whisks me atop his horse with an ethereal grace. You should never follow cavalry on foot. You could have been crushed. Where is Theo? Why are you going on the front lines? Why did His Majesty suddenly issue an order to move out? I don't understand. I cannot help but rattle off, heart and thoughts racing. The unshakable feeling of fear settles in my stomach, digging in and making its home. I am frightened. The vomit threatening to introduce itself to the world tells me so in vicious colours. My lady, it's all right. Please, calm down. Was that a breathing sound? I think it was. The only main character voice acting we get is her. Oh, I love that. It's probably, you know, like how you can get sort of a library of free sound effects, and that's probably one of them. Yeah, voice acting is very expensive, you're right, Heather. He brings me closer to his back, the only embrace he can make while still properly steering his horse. It's all right, there's no need to worry. But you could all be killed in battle, and their army is currently weak. They stand no chance. His Majesty has stated that now is the best time to move. His voice darkens a bit, but it could be my imagination. If you're looking for Theo, he is somewhere within the ranks. I can help you find him as soon as everyone is on the ship. I have never experienced any aspect of war before. All the horses, men, armor. And I'm guessing the next time she's going to end up on the ship with them, and then Sin is going to come and attack them because he's a pirate, and that's how they meet. Maybe. Images of untold bloodshed and horror fill my mind. I feel sick. Reading about it was one thing, but experiencing it firsthand is surreal. Oh my god, I keep on doing that. The thought that some of these men might not come home, the thought that the Prince or Theo might not ever return, threatens to claw its way up my esophagus along with the contents of my stomach. I tried to stifle a second incoming wave of vomit, and sweat beads on my brow. Are you alright? Do you wish me to take you to the infirmary? No, I'm fine. I cannot let them leave without me. If I'm there, maybe I can stop something terrible from happening. A voice screeches in my mind, releasing itself into the world before I can stop it. Let me go with you. I gasp at myself when I realize what I've said. My lady, this would endanger your life. I cannot just bring you to the battlefield. A voice that matches my own continues to spill out, completely uncontrolled. Please, you said yourself that the people were weakened. It will be safe enough. And what of our expedition? It's near the same amount of danger. Please, I beg of you. I can be a battle nurse. I can aid the wounded. I've learned enough from Sir Hotaru. Let me stay by your side. Please don't leave without me. He looks troubled. Even if you say that, I'll find a way. I'll find a way to come, no matter what. If you stop me now, all you'll be doing is delaying my arrival. This is no way to speak to a royal. This is no way to speak to anyone at all. I cannot make heads nor tails of my mind right now, but I need this mental anguish to disappear. It feels like my heart is going to stop, and the only way to keep it beating is to go with him. The prince looks at me without a word for a solid moment, my heart beating wildly in my ribcage. All of my bones on fire. Please, please let me stay. I cannot take being left behind again. Yeah, is she ever going to meet the pirates? Yeah, I wonder. I feel like this may be where she meets them. Maybe. You're really leaving me no choice. I flinch in preparation of retribution, wincing preemptively. My eyes open in shock. Instead, he's kissed the top of my head. I will protect you. But you must stay by my side. I will not let anything happen to you. I am completely frozen. I may have preferred medical books, but I've read my fair share of others. Logic tells me that I'm wrong, but my heart's starting to come up with other ideas. Something shifts in my stomach, a strange feeling, an unknown feeling. I am terrified of it. Men, I shall be only a short while before I arrive in Finna with these winds. As he says this, the wind laps about my hair, sending it into disarray. Oh, fine. I keep on, tapping twice. They seem particularly strong today. Onwards. The prince is the most intimidating and commanding I have ever seen him. We mount the ship first, observing the rest of the knights as they embark. I stand sheepishly by His Highness's side, trying to avoid eye contact with the other knights while also looking for a particular one. What happens when we arrive? We scout the area. Once we've mapped out our infiltration and exit strategy, we march into the castle. Red flag, why did he fall in love with her so fast? You just like Theo so much that any possibility of the other characters is making me laugh. If the army is as weak as the court says, it should be over soon. Hopefully with as little bloodshed as possible. I wonder how much of this strategy was Henry's idea. As I think this, a flash of white comes into my peripheral vision. Theo! Tabby, what the hell are you doing here? He looks furious, indignant. Lady Tabitha is here to ensure that any fallen soldiers are properly tended to. No harm will come to her. I stay silent, averting my eyes while Theo glares daggers at me. What? I bet this was your idea, wasn't it? I do not respond. Go back to the castle, right now. You can't tell me what to do. Oh? Then you don't care if you die? You'll never see her then. Did you think this through at all? It's better than just sitting and waiting for the news that one of you is dead. I stifle the rest of my thoughts, horrified at myself. Nobody is trustworthy, Tabitha. That's why you should never get attached. Everyone will always leave in the end. Her father is so horrible. See, Bishonen, your favourite characters here, Theo. So you can be a bit happy now, and while he's, on the screen. I tear my eyes away from his gaze and fear of being unable to contain more emotions. This isn't like me at all. Fine, have it your way, but you're going to regret this. You have no idea what the world is really like. Some things are better left unseen. He steers his horse onto the opposite side of the ship, dismissing me. Are you all right, my lady? I'm fine. Oh, here we go, we get more sin content. How much longer will you keep me? Are you sick of me already? That hurts my feelings, The woman only glares at him in response. You still haven't told me. The woman stays silent, an impenetrable fortress. The captain sighs. I need to find the one who saved me. The Knights of Ling arrive in Finna soon after setting sail. When preparing for battle, there is usually only one thing on a soldier's mind, to go to a tavern and drink. This sucks. Oh, okay. I thought, we might bump into them at sea, but I guess not. What? Is he riding his horse in a freaking boat? No one forced you to come. Theo scowls. Somebody certainly did. This was a direct order from His Majesty himself. You can't fault me. I can and I will. The prince laughs. You never fail to amuse. Let me offer you a gift. This is the last thing I'll have you do as one of my knights. After this, you're free to do as you wish. Sin, come back. I will love fast as fuck, dude. And what about the search? No harm will come to it. I always intended to have my men look, regardless of whether or not you agreed to our deal. But you already knew that. So why did you stay so long? Honourable duty? Or perhaps... Whatever you're insinuating, you can't forget it. I'm not going to play mind games with you. If this is truly the last thing you need from me, I'm all too happy to leave her in your care. Of course, that is until your betrothal. How's that working out for you? What would you know about that? I know enough, and that you're wasting your time on something we both know you don't have the guts to do. So tell me, is your plan to string her along until you're forced to settle down? Or are you still pretending you can avoid it? Also, Theo knows that Hikaru likes her. Yeah, that's what I thought. Theo leaves without another word. The prince clenches his jaw, gripping his mug a little tighter than he had before. Lol, we only see Sin for a hot minute. Ah, oh, damn, he's my favourite. Call him out, Theo. Is Theo and Hikaru love rivals? They hate each other already. It appears so. I wonder if Theo likes Tabitha. Very curious. The music in here is overwhelming. After being on the ship for so long, being inside is better than nothing. However, does it have to be so excruciatingly loud in here? Such a fearsome scowl on such a beautiful face. Care for a drink, princess? Yes, Sin, finally! Get his ass there. Oh no, two hot guys fighting over us. Oh my god. I turn around to see a man with ruby red eyes and a nonchalant smile, as if nothing in the world could bother him. I have never had alcohol in my life. Yeah, it's cute. No, thank you. Shame. Not to worry, I shall nobly drink enough for the two of us. Another round, thou our keeper. You know, I usually cut people off after 6 rounds. They're lightweights, I am completely fine. Though I do feel warm and toasty. The man settles into his chair comfortably, a pleased look on his face. He sits back up, peering at my face from an incredibly close distance. You know, you remind me of someone. Really? Maybe perchance of the lady that you just randomly found? He gazes at me a moment, stunning me into silence. Might be a sign that we're meant to be. Is he a himbo? I feel like he's a himbo. Giving me Hijikata versus Kazuma vibes from Hakuoki. Of course Sin is a good drinker. He looks it, doesn't he? He winks. His words are starting to slur a bit. He's clearly inebriated. What say you come back to my ship with me? You can sail the 7 seas, go beyond the horizon, search unexplored territories. Wink, wink. I am officially short one fair maiden for my ship. I'm sure you can find some other fair maiden. Surely none more than you, princess. But I get it, the pirate life's too poor for your taste. He chuckles and takes another swig of his drink. I grip my teeth, irritated at the implication. I'm no princess, I can do whatever I want. He laughs again. That's so. Well then, now's your chance. What's a pirate without rum? He's totally a himbo, he gives that vibe. You can plunder any of my belongings. Stop! Oh my god. The man stands up, stretches, and drinks the last of his drink. Don't worry, I know when I'm not wanted. He shrugs his jacket back on and stands up to leave. I'll be on the dock when you change your mind. Call me Sin. He winks at me again and leaves. I shuddered to think of what he's like sober. The barkeeper sighs. I should have cut him off at 6. The ice in my water begins to clink against the mug, jarring me out of my thoughts. What's going on? Uh-oh. A tremor runs through the ground, rattling hangings off the wall and plates off tables. Is it an earthquake? A candle fixture crashes onto the floor, quickly setting it ablaze. I tried to stamp it out with my foot, but it spreads too quickly and my dress threatens to catch fire. I look up to the ceiling where the large iron chandeliers swing, ominously by a thread. The metal chain snaps before I can react. I'm not going to make it. Watch out! Theo, no! Ugh! He knocks into me, shoving us out of the way as the chandelier crashes to the ground. Damn it, this is not good. Theo, what's happening? Tabby, I need you to listen to me. Stay with the prince. Do not follow me. What? What are you talking about? It doesn't matter. I don't have the time to explain. I have to go. Why? Where? What's going on? I can't say. Please. I need you to listen. Look at me. Look at me. Do not follow me. A flicker of something flashes through his eyes and is gone in an instant. I blink and he's gone. Theo, wait! I search for him in the chaos to no avail. He must already be out of the tavern. Outside. I can see nothing through the thick, pouring rain. Everything is dark and the cold water seeps into my very bones. No, no. Where could he have gone? I start panicking and my breath quickens. Metal spreads through my mouth and my head spins. Where is he? Where is he? I don't understand. I will follow him. What about the search? What about me? Why is he leaving me? I almost think I see him in the far distance and desperately call out, Theo, wait! Another tremor reverberates through the earth and I lose my footing and crash into the ground. When I get up, there is nothing but black night. Lady Tabitha? Lady Tabitha? He rushes to my side. My lady, are you all right? Are you hurt? No. Theo, he's gone. He's left. Sir Theo? He looks off into the distance, an unexplainable look on his face. Don't worry about him right now. He'll be fine. I don't understand. Why would he leave? He wouldn't say where he was going. I cannot help but mutter nonsensical things, questions I know he has no answers to. I feel the overwhelming urge to be sick. His Highness takes me in his arms, holding me close. It's all right. It's all right. We need to get our bearings and head to camp immediately. We'll find him later. If you wish to see him again, I swear I will make it happen. See him again? Do I? There's nothing about our encounters that would make me miss him, but I also didn't want him to leave. Okay. Wish to see him again? It's fine. I'm not sure. Do we want him dead? Or do we want him alive? I'm joking. Where has your ass been, my dude? She was in danger. Okay, time to save again. That's probably more points for Theo. Wait, what was the question again? See him again. Oh, right, okay, yeah. So it's, I wish to see him again. It's fine, whatever. I'm not sure. So I don't really care for Theo at the moment. I'm so sorry, Bishonen. I know you like him far more than any of the other characters. I think I'll go with it's fine. No, he abandoned me. I set my gaze to the ground, furiously holding back rage and tears. I knew he would. I knew he would leave. It's her villain arc. Oh, I like that the textile looks like Old English. Yeah, it's kind of cool, isn't it? Never place your faith in others. They will always disappoint you in the end. I feel something inside me turn to stone. Oh no, this is a bad ending. I'm sure there's a good reason for it, my lady, even if we can't see it now. Please don't cry. He lifts a finger to the corner of my eye, picking up a tear. Humiliating, humiliating, humiliating. No, there is no good reason. I will speak no more of him. Traitor, deserter, liar. Gosh, a bit harsh, isn't she? He never cared about Marina or me, or anyone except himself. The boiling fire inside me refuses to die down, so I simply suppress it and swallow my thoughts. Enough about him. Are you alright, Your Highness? Are you hurt? You're asking about me? Should I not? He laughs, and I realize he's still holding onto my arms from when he was comforting me. No, it's quite alright. I am happy to hear you worry over me. The heat in his gaze forces me to look away. Even in the middle of the night, the sun remains in his eyes. I am perfectly fine, thank you. Come, let's check on the others. Alright, everyone is accounted for. If there are any wounded, please let Lady Tabitha know immediately. She is here as our medic. She is qualified in medical care and has trained with Sir Hotaru, so you will respect her appropriately. What happened to that white-haired fellow? Anyone know where he is? Yeah, what happened to him? Like, he just ran off. He has currently been tasked with a separate mission. As for the events of tonight, to be at war is to deal with unforeseen situations swiftly and efficiently. We shall not let this daunt us. We know little of these tremors, but we will investigate at once. Though they shook the ground, buildings remain unharmed. What we need to know is if these tremors will increase or disappear altogether. Should something like this occur during the siege, it could spell the end of the battle for all parties involved. I am officially delaying the attack on the castle grounds until this matter is investigated. I am sending out a team of undercover men tomorrow to locate a source of information on this situation. You are not to attract attention, and you are to pose as ordinary civilians. Understood? He lists off names I don't recognize and begins assigning tasks. Report back to me by night tomorrow. Understood? Yes, sir. Good. The rest of you take this opportunity to rest before battle and be prepared for anything. We are not of this land, and perhaps it knows it. Be on your guard at all times. Dismissed. His stature is completely different when commanding his cavalry. The difference between the life of a royal and a normal civilian is stark. He lives in a completely different world. I'm sure people like him are natural-born leaders, meant for the throne, meant for the crown. Watching from afar, it seems like there isn't anything he couldn't achieve. I wonder if there's anything that a man like him cannot do. Sleep refuses to come to my side once again. Marina, Theo, the tremors, the plague. I cannot think straight or make headway through my muddled thoughts. The urge to see the prince nags at my stomach. I feel like I need to see him. I creep outside of my tent as silently as I can. It wouldn't do to be seen with him this late at night after all. It's unlike myself to even risk venturing out like this. The last thing I want to do is cause trouble for him. But my emotions are drowning out any logic. As I make my way through the camp, I hear rustling in a nearby tent. I guess some knights are still awake. Did you take care of the direct order? It's already done. What's the powder in the water for anyway? Silence, we are not paid to ask questions. Ears lurk everywhere. Powder? My eyes widen. What are they speaking of? What powder? What water? Ooh, okay, a mystery. A group of soldiers went to the river the other day. It matters not right now. I must get away quickly. My breath catches. Did you hear something? Huh? Probably just a lizard or something. I'm going to check just to be sure. Worry too much. Have fun. I rush to the other side of the tent, heart beating wildly. I continue backing around the side, hiding from the shadow of the night that moving ever so slowly toward me. If I run into the open air and he spots me, it's over. I can feel him rounding the corner. Before I can back away anymore, a hand covers my mouth. I immediately bite down on the fingers, squirming to free myself. The hand lets go and I spin around to face the attacker, ready for a fight. But instead of a soldier, I am greeted with His Highness's face staring back at me. I am almost relieved before I realize that he could be the mastermind of all of this. In fact, he may have given the orders himself. My head tells me to run. It tells me I cannot trust him. I draw my foot back, but I have nowhere to run. Between him and the knight, I stand no chance. I do not even have a weapon with which to defend myself. I curse myself for my poor oversight. Maybe I should run after all. I am lighter than they are with their armor. He catches the look in my eye and shakes his head. He's too fast before I can escape. He grabs hold of me. If I struggle, the knight will surely hear. If they're both my enemies, then this is the end anyway. Uh-oh. I can feel the night creeping closer. Oh, okay, Bunny. Well, thank you for coming by. It was nice to have you, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye. Closer. Closer. I squeeze my eyes shut and brace for impact. It's over. Splat. Game over? Obviously joking. The body of the night lays before me. I open my eyes fully, wide-eyed. It takes everything in me not to scream. Shh, he whispers, almost inaudible. We need to go. Now. I look at the night, then back to His Highness. I thought he was going to kill me. Was I wrong? Can I trust him? Is he going to kill me somewhere else? I make a split-second decision. Well, what if I don't want to go with him? Game over now? This game is nice. Congrats to the developer. Yeah. No, my lady, please, What was that? Sounded like somebody. Please forgive me. He scoots me up on one shoulder and takes off with me on his horse. We have to go with him anyway. I barely have any time to react. Let go of me. Please, just hang on. The wind rushes past my ears. It's deafening. Your Highness, what's going on? He doesn't respond. Was I right? Is he in on this? I knew I shouldn't have trusted him. Why do I keep making such foolish decisions? Your Highness. I shall give him not a second more. If he means to take me down, I am taking him down with me. One spook of his horse and we will both be sent flying into the thinner desert. Neither one of us shall live. I am deliberating on my options about how best to spook it when he finally speaks. I don't know exactly what's happening, but I have an idea. I remain silent. You must believe me. I have nothing to do with this. Then who does? More silence. Finally, he speaks in a tone I have never heard him use before. My father. Where do all these guys get their one? He asked the strangest of questions. Oh, dear me. Room for two, please. 2 beds. We've stopped at an inn, far away from the camp. I don't know how many hours it's been. Sure thing. Late night, eh? His Highness laughs. Time has a way of running away from us. Oh, I know it. Feels like I blinked and got to my old age. He hands us our room key. Have a good night, you two. Thank you, sir. Here. He hands me some fresh clothing that he must have just purchased here. Since both our clothes are wet from the rain, he takes his own jacket off, throwing it onto a chair with little care for it. He wears a white cotton blouse underneath that's gone completely see-through from the water. Ooh! I step into the other room to give him some privacy and change into my new clothing. The nightgown feels cool against my skin and eases the discomfort of my damp skin. It's so soothing that my eyelids immediately feel heavy. I'm like feeling this sort of nice rain and like the fresh sheets and like my favorite place to be. I'm sorry, just thought because they were on a boat ship and just don't know where the horse would fit. Well, you know, it's surprising how many horses I think can fit onto a boat. Like, I think, did the Spanish Armada have a load of, like, horses on them? I need to look this up now, I'm curious. Spanish Armada, were there horses? Hundreds of horses were carried on ships. I use the Spanish Armada because it's like the biggest ship traveling that, like, with so many ships that I can kind of visualize, if that makes sense. Oh, sorry, now they're sharing a bedroom together. The underside of the boat is deep. Yeah. I can't imagine having to travel on a boat as a horse, though. That sounds pretty rough, don't you think? It's so soothing that my eyelids immediately feel heavy. I re-enter the main room and hang up my doused items on the balcony to dry. I spot the prince's jacket on the chair, cold and dripping. I hang it out to dry as well. She's so cute. As soon as I'm back inside, he's facing me, looking harrowed. I had no idea. Perhaps I just didn't wish to see it. I'm sure you have your suspicions of me, but I beg you to have faith. He seemed sincere, but actors always do. One of the knights mentioned the powder in the waterways. It's a war tactic that should have never seen the light of day. Poison, I'm certain of it. It involves blocking off trade routes, forcing a populace to starve and use only its own resources. Poisoning waterways is an extension of that tactic. With sullied waterways, the entire country weakens, but no man is left unscarred from babe to soldier. It should never have been used. Never. All the waterways in Finna have been poisoned? I think back to the stories of the plague that was decimating the Finnarians and suddenly understand. I can't believe I didn't see it. I questioned crops, meat. I never questioned the water. The sickness of the people. It's from the poison. He nods silently. My father is the cause of the Black Plague. And you had no knowledge of any of this? Kind of seemed like, I guess because of the way the dad was talking to, I think, Henry, was it? When, you know, it was brought up that she's, like, been brought in and is helping or something. The king was a little bit, like, funny about it, so this doesn't really surprise me. All I can give you is my word. I understand. That's not enough. Say nothing. I'm gonna say nothing, I think. I still can't seem to find my voice. I understand if you cannot trust me. But please trust that I would never allow harm to come to you. All right. For now, you must lay low. To the men, we have committed treason. They will not come after us, but returning to Ling is out of the question. He seems to think about something. We would both be hung immediately. We need to figure out a plan. After thinking into the wee hours, that's cute. The prince and I have formulated a tentative plan. So if His Majesty is poisoning the waterways, and the knights are instructed to do it, then we must either stop the knights or the poison. Battling our own army is not an option. There are too many of them, and I trained them to hell and back. They're extremely strong. I could defeat them, but you'd be in harm's way. I won't allow it. Unfortunately, he's correct. I would get in the way in any battle where he had to protect me. All right. In that case, we must stop the poison from spreading somehow. If Finna's army is weakened, then our first move should be to heal them, or they will lose any battle with our soldiers immediately. Would the knights attack the castle without you? Doubtful. They will likely first report to the king and return with a vengeance, I'm sure. We may have about a week while that happens. A week. A week to heal the Finna knights and find a cure. That isn't nearly enough time. The cure's eluded me for months now. Being put under pressure won't change anything. My head feels like it's going to implode under the time constraint. I have to think of something. Wait, I think back to one of Hotaru's alchemy lessons. One of the principles of alchemy is the ability to transform one object into another. That can be anything, like lead into gold, which is frowned upon, or one plant into another plant. Thus far, no one has been able to transform non-similar objects. For example, you could not transform a plant into a living animal, or vice versa. Morally, it would be questionable, so that's a good thing. But alchemy can still have a multitude of uses. Say you want to bake a cookie, but you have no sugar, only salt. With alchemy, you can easily transmute salt into sugar with a few symbols, and now you have your cookie. Let's say you need a salve to heal someone, but you don't have the item necessary. You can transmute a nearby plant into the required ingredient in a pinch. This is specifically why alchemy is the next break in medical intervention. There would be no more running out of crucial items or lack of something when we can simply transmute one thing into another. Of course, you cannot make an object out of nothing. The object you are trying to transmute must have a place to go, and the place must be similar to said object's original home or location. For example, you cannot transmute someone's missing leg into a full leg without accidentally taking a leg from another human. There's no way around this. Makes sense? So if I were trying to pull a disease from someone else's body... Thank you, Hotaru. I could pull the disease into my body. I beg your pardon? Alchemy. I can transfer the poison from the blood of the Phanarian soldiers into mine. And have you perished instead? Absolutely not. I won't allow it. I had not expected him to reject my idea, just when I found an actual solution to this. It's not though, Tabitha. Oh no, I keep on doing that. Getting too excited. Your Highness, this is our only option. There's no time to find a real cure. Our only option is your death? He sounds almost angry. It's not ideal, but it's all we have. One life for the greater good. Not if it's your life. Pull the disease into the king's body. That makes sense. Is that full with the whole leg thing? I don't know. I've never actually watched Full Metal Alchemist. I said I would not let any harm come to you. And I mean, what happens again at the very beginning? The little brother loses his body, right? And the older one loses his arm when they try and revive their parents or something. I think that was like in the first episode. I can't remember. I said I would not let any harm come to you, and I mean it. Please excuse me. He abruptly gets up and walks out into the balcony. And what time is it? Oh shoot, it's almost 11. I don't understand. Logically, it makes sense to sacrifice one life to save many others. There's nothing worth staying here for anyway. That thought creeps into the back of my mind and takes hold, almost unbeknownst to me. He comes back inside a long, long while later. Forgive me, I don't know what came over me. Anyhow, that solution is not an option. I will figure something else out. There must be another way. An awkward pause, silence ensues. It seems there is little left to say. He coughs. You should get some rest. Please, call for me if you need anything. I am at your side. Thank you, Your Highness. He blows out the candle and steps out into the balcony, effectively ending the conversation. I guess I have no choice but to sleep. Why would she suggest something so dangerous? The prince's nails dig into the railing, leaving crescent moon marks in the wood. Even if this were for the sake of the entire population, as a royal, it's my duty to keep the population safe. But this? No, don't hurt it, please. I was about 7. I stopped him from stabbing the seal, from taking the final strike. I couldn't bear to see it harmed. Hikaru, only the strong survive in this world. One day, you will become this kingdom's leader. You cannot rule with such a gentle hand. What will you do with a murderer? What would you have their punishment be? If you let them live, they will only continue their atrocities. But with execution, they will never harm another again. Justice must be enacted swiftly and confidently. There is no room for hesitation. It is kill or be killed, do or die. But most people are good, father, right? That of the year. both the prince and Tabitha have like awful fathers. No, my son, they are not. For every angel in this world, there are 100 demons. Like you, sir. Although I get it, when you're a king, you probably have to like be all harsh and stuff, you know. Without us, the world would be chaos. Without us, evil would reign. Why give us you? Aww. There's a lesson to be learnt, Bishonen. Without justice, the good would suffer. Is that what you want? No, father. Then I ask you again. A murderer killed a family of 2, a farmer and his little girl. The farmer and his daughter did nothing wrong. What punishment do you enact? Execution? Because there's no room for hesitation in this world. Good. These are the basic building blocks of life, Hikaru. Do not forget. Yeah, especially medieval kings. Exactly. Dad has been checking out alt-right blogs. Oh. Maybe they can fall in love with their mutual father abuse. Oh dear Lord. That was only the first of many lessons. Father was strict in his teachings and sure that his way was right. But even with his black and white approach to the world, I cannot fathom why he would do such a thing. What reason could he possibly have for poisoning an entire country? To take over, right? I want to think he didn't know what he was doing, but father never hesitates. I will not be forgiven for striking down a Ling knight either. I mean, in theory, this would probably all end if you just rushed in, defeated the knight, and took over Finna, because then there would be no need to poison the water because it now belongs to the king, and therefore it would be silly to poison the water, and then so at least civilians would be saved, right? Like, or is that the wrong logic? Father values loyalty more than anything else. He won't let it slide just because I'm his son. An act of treason is an act of treason, and he would kill me if it came down to it. I have to undo the damage he's done, and quickly. Her life is at stake. But how can I ensure her safety while also make things right? Is there a way? Yes, it involves bringing her to Sin for safe protection. Obviously, I'm joking. A thought comes to mind. Ah, I laugh a bit to myself. For some, it'd be unthinkable. It's practically suicide. But if it meant keeping her from harm, I would do it. We don't have much time. This is past the common route? Okay, I should stop it here then. Sorry, guys. Did the common route end where... What happens to him again? Where is the common route at the bar scene? Have I gone down Hikaru's route without even noticing? Because I've been picking all the kind of not for particularly anyone answers just to see where I end up. Slash the ones that I thought might lead to a death or two. The ship. The ship, I see. I love it, I just gone past. I'm like, cha-la-la-la-la, having the fun of my life. However, it is 11, so I probably do need to go, unfortunately, which makes me sad because I'm having a great time here. But I can just play it on my own, so it's fine. I have put, well, I need to put the link down below for this one just purely because obviously I had to restart the stream. But how did the Sin route not start? I know, right? It's so good. I'm presuming I've gone down Hikaru route since we're always with Hikaru right now. Don't want to stop playing. This story slaps. Yeah, it's really it's good. It's really good. But I will put the link in the description below of where to. I mean, it's in the title, so you could just put Twisted Tides or OTOME and it will come up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing the rest of it. It looks really good and promising. Okay, I think yeah, I've got to go. As is always the case, thank you very much for coming along. It was lots of fun, and hopefully I will see you in another of my videos or streams. Bye!